Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful morning. It is December 4th, 2025. If you didn't see it, we did buy for the long term, so go check the second link in the description. That'll give you all of the details, but we woke up again with not too much, and then right at 6 a.m., you had a big piece of market-moving news. Yesterday, it was the Microsoft, people going back and forth on the growth and sales targets, and then today, there's a little bit of even misinterpretation around it. They're saying they're cutting the budget for the metaverse on Meta by 30%. That launched up Meta almost as much as 7%, and now we're chilling here a little bit. The jobless claims came in. They were not too crazy. It was actually probably one of the better ones, and then remember, we do get a little bit of data tomorrow and next week, but that data will be delayed. Other than that, there was a couple of good earnings, a few disappointed like Snowflake, but it should be a chill market. And well, the dynamic that we have got this week, it is going to open us up to a very nice discussion on the long term today, because something's going on with value, something's going on with transports. The last week there has been a big bid. If you didn't see it, we did buy for. There's been a big bid in a lot of different names out there, especially the ones that were beaten down. So we got to go over all of that. I think it's all leading into next year. I mean, think about it. This first week of December is already gone, baby, and now we are edging into the end of the year. So Chattadonia, I hope you're feeling blessed. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you woke up with purpose, because you got purpose, dog. Don't believe the fatalism. I hope you feel me. But here at the cult, before we do anything, before we try to chase a dollar, before we try to enrich ourselves, we must pay homage to a very special group of people that has made a sacrifice that most of us never have and ever will. And I am talking about the veterans of the United States of America. So on behalf of the call, I want to give a huge special shout out, active service, past service, anybody who has served this great nation. God bless you and thank you for your time, your service, your sacrifice. And I hope we could all make some noise. I hope one day we get the end of homeless veterans, or at least support it as much as we support some of the other stuff that we've never really seen. But above all else, I do want to make sure y'all know we love you and appreciate you. And beyond just telling you, I really want you to get the long term, man. You know, please, even yesterday's video, and you could have a lot of people say a lot of things, but my brother, the long term is free 99. There is no paywall behind the long term. You have the discipline. You have the 10%. Listen, let all of them talk whatever, but my veterans, please get a long term, get some good quality assets, take advantage of the information for 10 years minimum. I know, I heard an article. They said they gambling in the military. They say, I was surprised. It was actually very interesting, but we know a lot of veterans. A lot of people shared that experience, but I'm telling you, the long term. So please get a hold of it, man, and please take advantage of it. And at the very least, man, that's how we want to thank you above all else. And I hope you take advantage of everything else. But two, we love you and appreciate you. And straight up, thank you. And I hope all of you who have never served, I hope you could really show that love and appreciation out there, man. That's what gets society going. Again, value, appreciation. Am I talking stocks? Am I talking morally? Am I talking social? You got to let me know. But that being said, we love you all, and big shout out to everybody out there giving back to their local communities: doctors, nurses, teachers, firefighters, police officers, the janitors, the coaches, the garbage men, everybody making their communities run, baby. God bless you and thank you. But ladies and gentlemen, please rise up. Place your right hand over your heart. Say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, baby. Send the digits! Oh, it's game time, baby. Or not. Oh, yeah. Long-term clause is coming to town. He knows if you save 10. He knows if you hold quality. So buy some stocks first. Hey, you better long-term. You better not short. You better hold long. I'm telling you why. Long-term clause is coming to town. All right, we got a minute. So that being said, I'd watch Meta now. That's going to be on the list. You even got an update there on Netflix and everything going on. But my list is Dollar General. So pay attention for the post-earnings continuation. It's either going to do that 1 or 2 day lag, or it might go. They had a really good earnings. Then Path. They did good too, but that kind of faded. That one's going to be overcrowded, but we'll see what other opportunity. And keep an eye on Mobileye, GFS, anything related to Intel as well. And then Meta is going to be the other one, but I don't know. Meta kind of already went nuts. So I can't believe it moved 7, but it should be chill. And then value stocks, staples, and transports. That is what we got to talk about. So get ready for all of it, baby. We got 30 seconds until the bell. EU to review tariffs on Volkswagen China-made EVs. All right, man, let's have a good one. I already went to the bathroom. I'm ready to go. 10 seconds, baby. Oh, yeah, we got to talk literally. Let's give it like 20, 30 minutes, and let's talk the long term. Hopefully you saw the video. It's all out there, guys. Round 1. Fight. All right. So Spy is already, again, Spy was actually at break even, a little down. Again, Thursdays are usually red, but that meta kind of got in the way of everything. Long-term clauses coming to town. Well, yeah, they slashed them a little bit. So if you're going to bet on a bad Thursday, you could do it now or give it another 5-10 minutes. Oh, yeah, but you put some cash in for the long term? Oh, just get ready, bro. Just get ready. Yes, not one. Well, I don't know if you guys noticed, though, but there is and we'll talk about it today. Some people have still misinterpreted it heavily, but I mean, hey, man, the gate is closed. But yeah, you got like 800, it'll be 1,000 soon in the locked in chat. So God bless you. I love you guys on everywhere. You know that? Every single one of y'all who have supported, all you got to do is get a long term. So amen, brother. Amen. So yeah, do not be deceived. There's action. You got to go where it is, man. Don't let them fool you. Long term. Tesla. Marvel might continue after yesterday. All right, Meta chilled. Literally, Meta just slashed half of that. I think that's kind of funny. It's a fucking big-ass move, dog. Long-term clauses coming to town. Yeah, bro. All right, well, that jacked up Meta premiums. Holy shit. He knows if you bought spy puts. He knows if Do those sell? Alright. Make the metas free if you had those. I think those did they? No, it went close to going. It was almost in the money. But those still shot up 60. Those are dead. So make those free. See, we got a lot to go over. I'm so excited for the long term, you guys. You have no idea. We have a lot to discuss with everything going on. And then again, there's a really unique opportunity. And the irony is that if you guys remember, we did that for everybody. But if you saw the bathtub video, what happened in the bathtub? I mean, it sounds terrible, but what happened in the bathtub is important. Okay. There was something in the bathtub that happened, and it is crucial, my brother. It is crucial. All right. He knows if you bought spy puts. Oh, because for goodness sake. Hey, you better long term. You better not. Better not. I'm telling you why. doesn't even go up that much. Oh no. Are coming down. Your long term's already up, baby. Let's go. Let's make a move, dude. Little by little, bro. Little by little. You'll see. Oh, you saw the video? You did? All right, good, man. Get the long term, bro. I think how many of you were surprised, though? A lot of y'all got the guesses wrong. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to fool you. You know what I'm saying? I just really wanted y'all to make a good move and think for yourself. And a lot of you did, bro. I think some of you already picked up Fiserv. That was the surprising one, but you should have known I was going to stack and get the dividend. And I like TAP, bro. Like I said, I would have took Procter & Gamble, but Procter & Gamble still, still has a premium. The yield was a little bit lower, so I'm going with the one below book value, bro. Yeah, the morning, you already sold that out. It had to do with Meta, man. So there it is. Merry Christmas. And then make the metas free. Those were good, but because again, those meta plays got clapped for a little bit, so it's good that they came back. And then tap again. X dividend is today, pretty much, or tomorrow, right? I think it's the last day. He knows if you bought spy puts. I don't know if you could buy tap tomorrow and get the dividend, but here's the deal. That's why, like I said it in the video, and you guys got to be aware. I think if you have to buy it today, because then you have to be before X dividend, so it could settle. But then there's 1 day settlement, so I don't know. You might be able to buy it tomorrow. So ask the Chad. But the point is that whatever, like, this is why I liked it on the day that it was down, because it's probably gonna drop the same amount of the dividend. So the dividend is 47 cents a share. So I wouldn't be surprised is after X dividend, do not be surprised if this stock goes down 47 cents essentially. So it might just go right back to 46. But then if it gets bid up ahead of it, that's kind of the opportunity. That's why I was up right before we bought it. That's why it shot down. I said, well, shit, it already dropped the dividend amount. I might as well pick it up. And now I have just as much tap as I do Intel. To Charter? I don't know, but Comcast has an event today. I don't know if Charter's related to any of the other... I don't know if it's related to the bidding stuff. Nivda's going. Again, SPY's down a little. Ended up with Target. Target's not bad, bro. Target is not bad. It has to settle in your account for a close, so today is the last call for Divvy. Well, there you have it. And then it sucks, though, Fiserv, the CEO. But then y'all can't, I didn't tell any of y'all. Y'all always thought it pops because of the Chad, but this time it was the CEO, man. But yeah, that one has no dividend. There's no rush on that. It's just gonna, and then again, it's still in Clapperoonie zone. See, Microsoft. Oh, where's DG? So DG's chilling there. Went up a little bit, like we said. Either wait for the 1 day lag or not. That could be an opportunity. SPY's chilling. Oracle on the high. Again, Meta's still working pretty good, though. Those premiums are actually holding. I'm a little bit surprised. And then Oracle, Marvel, Nivda, they're actually all going. And then healthcare lagging. Again, transports is what we're going to talk about here today. It's fascinating what has occurred. But yeah, staples are chilling. I mean, NASDAQ 0.04, SPY 0.1, Dow 0.13, and then Russell's down. So again, last couple of days, it's either been on and off with that rotation. Rotation has literally been the biggest theme. So let's see how it plays out, my friends. And SPY's still lagging. Like I say, if you wanted to bet against that Thursday, even from the morning, those did 50. Again, Oracle and NVIDIA for some reason. Where's Broad? Then Google on the low. And Amazon still clapped. That one lagged from Tuesday or Wednesday. Marvel again. I think those might have gone back in the money. He knows if you bought long term. So long term for goodness sake. Hey, you better long term. You better not shout. Yeah, they're back up a little bit, but the Marvels are lagging. They're still holding though. Nivda, Cigna. Scheinbaum will travel to Washington on Thursday to meet Donald Trump and Prime Minister of Canada. Square on the low. Would you mind if I send you an email? No, feel free to. It depends what it is, though. I can't guarantee anything. Please attach your long term if possible. That's a good way to make sure we're on the same page. Yeah, watch UPS and FedEx because of all these. They've been hyping up FedEx. I don't know if FedEx is going to get a contract, but big talk today was USPS and Amazon contract. But yeah, I see a lot of people talking about just shipping in general. And then again, that does tie into those transports that we talked about. Okay. MSTR. Yeah, SLV and gold got clapped today. They're either going to stay down or probably middle of the day it'll do its thing. But that's what I was saying, though. Watch if those premiums get slashed. That might be your opportunity. But I still am fascinated by what's going on in silver. And then DG. Hims. I didn't realize, dude. Hims, I swear, last time we were trading it was a lot higher. But yeah, Hims got knocked recently. They're going into Canada. But again, once again, this gave up most of it. Still up from the cabal, but you're still kind of slashed. I don't know though how it's gonna fare with. Where do dick pills fit into the Trump admin? I mean, you can make a lot of jokes there. Meta. Oh, it could be bearish for chips. That's a good look, but Nvidia's going up on it. But again, it's kind of like yesterday's article from The Information. It's not that they're like cutting, and that's why maybe it is a little bit more bearish, because they're not cutting the jobs, it seems. They're going to cut off some, but it seems like they're lowering the budget for spending on metaverse, and instead that money is just going to get directed to the AI stuff. Spotify. And then, dog, did you know people hate Spotify? I discovered this yesterday. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're all bots, but then it has infected some people socially. But did you know that like people really don't like Spotify? Yeah, they're mad at Spotify for displaying ads for ICE and trying to get people to like add the ICE recruitments. People aren't happy with that. They're mad at some stuff related to the wars. But yeah, I didn't, because there was a lot of people talking shit about the Spotify Wrapped. I did not know that was drama. Drama. QCLS. What's that? And then Baba on the high. I don't know if we're going to get China moving. Whatever QCLS is, up 30. Baba Baozun. Oh my God. The China? And remember, China tech is still lagging though, but we need more heat. You need heat from everything else. And SPY going lower. The premiums are higher there, but they're kind of slowing down a little bit. It's because that too, the military AI. I heard that. That's why I've heard people say this. That's what I'm saying. I discovered it yesterday. There was so much drama with all the Spotify raps. I did not know that. I've been out of the game. But then again, Spotify has been doing very good this year in terms of financially. IRM, high-low tickers balanced out. NASDAQ did go red, down 0.05. And then Russell down 1.7. It's hard to tell on this rotation shit right now. We're a little bit different. Netflix, I mean, it's crazy though. I think they're trying to raise the breakup fee on WBD. But if Netflix buys it, dude, that's kind of crazy. I was thinking about it, because wouldn't that mean they get like Paramount and all these other assets? Like, you got to think about, bro, what if all of that content on Paramount Plus and everywhere else, anything WBD owned, if Netflix added that to their library, I think that's crazy. Yes, it's called library, not library. What you think? Get a long term. You think this is AMD now? Another chip. Intel's down, and the other chips are all kind of taking off. Visa, MasterCard on the low. Microsoft on the low. Again, Baba, and now Path again. Tesla. Spot will raise price. I thought they already raised them this year. No? I've never paid for Spotify in my life, though. But that's why. But then I hate it, because then you don't even get to pick a song. It just plays whatever. But I'm a YouTube music type of dude. Number one artist was Uncle. So that's all. I ain't get. You want to get all that Spotify? Hey man, God bless you. Uncle got a gift for y'all. Soon. Yeah, Microsoft selling Snow as well. That was the bad earnings. China plays are going. It's small, but they're moving. Some more than others. ANET on the high. That was up a decent amount. I know we had Palo Alto and the other ones the other day. When Netflix made DVDs. You're a LimeWire type of guy? Hey man, don't crash your PC. I got my ass whooped. IRM, again, Futu. Hi. Yeah, Futu's up 4. Some of them are moving a lot more. But yeah, I don't think there was a rare export news, or they said they're advancing another set of exports. It was positive in terms of China, US, Europe relations. Edwards, Life Sciences. I don't know if healthcare's up, so yeah. Medical devices are doing good. Kind of odd. Yeah, nothing else is there. All right, man. Today's the middle ground. Thursdays, bro. Thursdays. Ay. It's really not bad, though. This is very, very tiny. You're just at the yesterdays, but today you're not, like, seeing the same. First day, we kind of started off the week, you know, everyone went to the tech, and then the other day they rotated back value, and you've just been going back and forth, but today it's still a little choppy. SMTC. You were downloading Soulja Boy on Spotify or on Lime. I feel though, as much as I'd want to hate, I think I did the same. Okay. Make Thursday plays free if you took them. Still kind of early. Still very early. I think Friday is going to be good. I just think, again, Thursdays this year, it's like 60% of them have been down. It's been odd. But then this week, too, you guys notice, I mean, volume was a little lower. Although, like, we kind of felt like we got stuff, nothing really happened. there wasn't that much info, not that much data, and then it's all leading into the Fed next week. We're getting CoreWeave again. These chip names are killing it for some odd reason. Now Broadcom, they lagged a little bit, but now they're picking up. Meta gave some of that back up, and then that's another nuclear play. All the energy plays are doing good. Yeah, Broadcom was lagging, now it's starting to pop. Just see when they stop or wait till like one of them. The only one down is Intel. Yeah, Marvel chilled out a little bit. Who's the other one? Oracle. Yeah, because Oracle was getting hot, and then where's CRM? CRM, dude, that one, I don't know, maybe watch for a continuation. That one's going to be tough, but they had a good earnings, and they were up a decent amount. But that did fade it all by there. Again, CoreWeave, big volume into the high. He knows if you bought spot puts. AI DJ on Spotify. I don't know what that is. Nuke. Oh, where's Bobo? Boeing's on the low. Then SPR, you have that news. Laser up 23 again. So small caps is part of this week. So although there hasn't been much data, there hasn't really been much going on. It's been a rotation to the value names. And then there has been a lot of activity in small caps momentum. I think the Russell is outperforming the NASDAQ for the last couple weeks. So that's kind of the whole theme. It's not going to, I don't know if it's going to continue, but it's the early pretty much stage of that all. Hibbs, all right, SPY went lower. Paramount questions Warner Bros. Discovery of fairness and adequacy of sales process. Yeah, again, healthcare is not really getting a bid. Again, that's what you started with those yesterday, and that would be on and off, but generally stronger. Give it 9 more minutes. We'll get a checkup. About Target and Fiserv. That's all you got to. I mean, there was a window, so make sure you're wise in that, but I'm not against Target. I don't like the recent run up as much. And then just also too, I went really small on Fiserv. So the idea was I kind of wanted to scatter the seeds a little bit more. You know, kind of like I did with Chipotle and Sweet Greens. I want to get a little bit more exposure, but then that's why too, in the same respect, I made sure I was also stacking up TAP so that I got one growing, but then I could still get a couple of the small ones. So, you know, I wouldn't really view Fiserv as the main pick, you know, because I put a fraction in it. I mean, most of the accounts got 1 or 2 shares of it. So, and then we put what, 3 times as much, 4 times as much into TAP. So, but yeah, and again, try to keep the plan up is what we're going to talk about here today. Because I think we learned a lot yesterday. We had some good talks. And then, you know, there was though, like, regardless of whatever the opportunity is, because I think there was one in the last couple days, but you got to stick with a plan. That is the key. It's something I would remind you guys of in the mornings or in the beginning of the year, because we didn't get here through just one big purchase. You know, we did great on Intel with one big purchase, but then again, we were buying Intel prior. You got to make sure that you're little by little, brick by brick, just always keep it in motion. That's what's going to help you out there. So I hope it does help. I don't see anything on ASTS. Looks small. But they're doing good in terms of like the day, but it didn't look like a news candle. And then Path is back up. CoreWeave chilled out. Dr. Pepper, KDP. Okay, now Apple's flushing. Microsoft was the one earlier. Meta's holding, but it gave up that 3. I guess wait for NVIDIA now, because NVIDIA and those chips were leading there. And then medical devices, MDTEW. That's the ones I see. Surprisingly, Williams-Sonoma up 1. Yeah, a couple of the value names are starting to fade. Or not the value, the chip value. And now Bobo. So be good for goodness sake. Hey, you better long term. You better hold long. Oh, there he is. Bradley Frizzle in the peach, my friends. It don't matter the weather. The peach, you gotta stay consistent, man. Of course the market bounces on that. Of course. Brother. Oh, happy Friday, Junior Bradley. Hey, shout out to you see, I don't know if that was a sign. I'll put a bow in just in case. But like, you got it, you every day. I don't know if the peach really is exemplifying it for y'all, man. Because that's the thing. I think, whatever happens at the end of the year and how things move is very... get caught up in the plays, get caught up in everything going on, but just remember, it's every day, every month, it's consistency. It doesn't have to be big. You know that a small peach a day for your long term will go a lot bigger than James and the Giant Peach. Bradley Frizzle in the Peach is more effective than James and the Giant Peach. Isn't James and the Giant Peach a horror movie? Now I think about it. Canter up. They had a headline today. Oh, God bless you, Bradley. Thank you, my friend. And good morning. Good morning. Do, 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 do. iRobotation. Wasn't it a horror movie, or what am I thinking of? I think I'm thinking of something else. But yeah, man, it's important. X protein break on you, 7. I was gonna say, man, that's expensive. But then, like, nah, protein really is expensive. I mean, technically, all the food that you eat, there is like a cost per protein. I don't know if we should have that. And with agriculture or the farming. Putin, over 90% of India-Russia transactions are conducted in national currencies. WST. All right, man. It's still edging a little lower. Did I make it free at a good time? No, I did not. They went up more. Conagra. I like Conagra. Again, anything on that list, man. Anything. And like I said, too, I didn't really go into too much depth. We can't talk about it today. But like that whole entire S&P down, all those names, the nice neighborhood, they're gonna come up next year. So that's why I also keep reminding you, man. It's not gonna just be one purchase. You're not gonna buy it perfectly. Not gonna, you know what I'm saying? But if you really follow them with a lot of consistency, then I think you're gonna be good to go. And it's like these are still going to. They're going to do their thing. And like, this isn't over. You're going to get into next year, and some of those are either going to perform bad again, kind of like a Pfizer or Intel had consecutive down years, or some of them are going to become leaders. But you do want to take note of what's going to be here for 10 years, and you could follow a couple of them, but just make sure you stay consistent with it. I think this is a very important peach today, because that is what I'm already noticing. Because I noticed a little bit of FOMO rule breaking yesterday in terms of people kind of just wanting to throw money at it or sit there and only hold cash. When I'm telling you, man, your recession, your bear market, it is existing in 300 names. So you should take advantage of that. But at the same time, it's not going to be about the bottom tick. It's going to be about building up. I mean, even then, tap multiple purchases. I didn't really do much, but we waited, but it's the same one. Build it up and find the names, and if you work your way into it, it's going to be a very, very nice one. Another trip around the sun. Happy birthday, bro. I hope the long term is working with you, brother. Or not. God bless y'all. Amen, man. Amen. You age consistently if you think about it. Right? Little by little. Your birthday doesn't just arrive tomorrow. Right? It takes every day to get to your birthday. Is that dumb? I'm trying to be prophetic, but I don't know if it hits the same. Just every day, dog, one by one. That's the main point. Rome wasn't built in a day. Factory orders 0.2 versus 1.4 previous. That was terrible. Bonds, I've been liking the whole good news, bad news. Dillard's. Why did Dillard's? Is that real? No, I just tweaked, but the high ticker is showing a $10 pop. Factory orders excluding transportation 0.2 versus 0.1 previous. Apple on the low. LXI. So again, a couple retail stores. Victoria's Secret to Sprouts, even airlines, Roku, and then again Visa, MasterCard from the morning. BMY is going up. They had the good news yesterday. Durable goods 0.5 versus 0.5. Durable goods excluding transports 0.6 versus 0.6. Yeah, check BMY. Okay, no, that Dillard's is real, dog. It just shot up $15, $12 or something. Putting half. Well, don't tell me what you bought. I'm not trying to open that up respectfully, but you got to ask why you didn't buy them last week too, though. And that's why I was saying the bathtub video is gonna come up today. We got to talk. It's actually crazy. But yeah, and just little by little. And then what's your cash balance? That's been a question I've been asking a lot of people lately because I think it's important. And like if you don't have a lot of cash, I mean, you should be very wise with your plays. Doesn't mean you hesitate. I mean, a good deal is a good deal, but also too at the same time, and then make sure you check the ex-dividend dates as well if you're buying a dividend stock. But if you have a lot of cash, I think you could buy whatever you want. But if you don't, then yeah, because we talked about something this morning. That's what I'm going to go over with everybody. Is kind of how some things played just in the last like 4 or 5 days. There was a kind of a big deal. A year of going nowhere. Aren't they a little up? Am I tripping? Yeah, barely. They're already threatening Hassett. They're saying that. They're like, if Hassett wins, the bonds are going to sell off. But I think, oh, well, I'll handle it, Bassett. Don't worry, Kevin. You just handle the MPG. I'll handle the bonds. Yeah, Bristol Myers, again, that DDES pop, I don't know what that was. Verizon on the high. All right. This is where it gets good. Okay, so check up. Dow Jones 14 green, 16 red. So just under 50-50. NASDAQ 72 in the red, 29 in the green with Meta the leader. And then SPY 272 green, 230-ish in the red. So yeah, dude, it's not even, it's kind of hard to tell. Like finance and tech up, health, consumer down, but then a couple consumer names are up. It's really split up today. So like I'm saying, very different than the last couple days. You would notice the rotation. Small cap still doing good, but they chilled out a little bit. It's really contained to like the earnings ones and then the random, really liquid ones that get those pops. But yeah, silver and gold got knocked. So watch those premiums. It might do 2 days, but closer the money, the better. IBM, that one's interesting. Where's 3M? SanDisk now popping. So yeah, memory, actually they're up. WDC's down. Again, financials aren't doing too bad. Financials are actually in the green. So that's the one that's getting a little bit of rotation today. ARQT. That OCLS, that was one of those like liquid runners. Wells Fargo 52-week high. And then Nutrila. Good morning, Chatadonia. Good, happy Friday, Junior. It's the first of the long term. It's not the first of the month. First week. You guys realize that? December is, that's it, man. You're knocking out the first week. By the end of next week, it'll be December 12th. You understand? Oh, isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy? It's been a year. Oh, man. You guys know we've been here generally almost every day. But every day has gone through. Another year, brother. It's about to be 2026. But then also, too, I've been trying to point it out. You know, a lot of this stuff in the bill. And, like, you guys see even some of these, like, briefings and executive orders. Just remember, like, a lot of stuff kicks in. That's what, again, like, even the auto stuff, a lot of that stuff kicks in for next year. And then, bro, dog, do you guys not, I didn't realize it till I saw the memes about it. But you know what yesterday's auto thing means? I can't believe it. Bro, you know that little start-stop? You know that little start-stop button on your engine? You know when you fucking get it to a red light and it turns your engine off? Do you know what I'm talking about? Bro, it's gone. Yeah, ASTS, it's going there. Just melting away. I don't know what it is on that. Bro, do you understand that? Yeah, bro. I hate that thing. Bro, it's gone. They're getting rid of it. Whoa, PLRS, Polyrizing. No, it's already up 100. Bro, that's it. I always turn it off, but I have to turn it off. And whether there's a damn button, IBM's still going. That's why I say that one is odd how that one's moving. But SPY still near the low. Bonds are selling off, kind of leading the way down. Yeah, bro, I can't believe it. You love me? You don't need to love me, brother. You need to love yourself. And you love yourself with your long term and caring about your future. You guys, I hope you had a good long term year. And if you didn't, you make it one. Remember, all the long term info has still been available. More accessible, more focused, more defined. But I'm telling you, the long term, do not feel as if things are out of reach. That's the hustle. Don't let them hustle you, man. Don't go for the fast money. Don't become a stripper. You know what I'm saying? Don't become a stripper. Please. Please. Yeah, RAM prices are expensive. That's kind of been the RAM and memory. People are charging a ton. But things are also changing too. I mean, the way people are going to be storing things, and you do have the cloud now, and then the whole like combined memory. That's been the new development. And then I don't know where Amazon and then the TPUs come into play. You've been always able to turn it off, but now they're getting rid of it. So that start-stop was mandated. So, like, every car had to have it. And every car had to do it for environmental. Now it's just not going to exist. I'm sure some people might keep it, but... Oh, dude, I hate it. Procter & Gamble coming down again. And then whatever OCLS is, our long-term... Yeah, bro, banks are killing it. JPM's up 1.5. Wells Fargo, 52-week high. So, yeah, yalla. But yeah, that's the real industry leading. A couple of tech names, but your boy Meta is kind of distorting that. But like utilities and then a couple of like consumer plays are up, but most are still down. I hate the start-stop button. I feel like that's a general, like, does anybody like it? I encountered someone who's like, oh, thank God my engine turned off in between stop signs. This is not, I love the lag and I love destroying my motor. I love it. I love the lag when I press the pedal now. Sometimes the car will just shut off. It's just, oh man. I don't think I've ever met anybody who's liked it. You know, someone be like, I like it, Josh. I love it, actually. And then some people are just going to turn their car off to spite Trump. They're like, he's not my president! And then they're going to fucking turn the ignition every time they get to a stoplight and then turn it back on. I'm like, what are you doing? Why? That's not. It's the environment! All fossil finance! Capital One now. Yeah, but every bank. So banks are the leader now. I mean, what? We've been here 40 minutes or so. Banks are your leader. Other than that, it's not too much, though. I mean, you're only down a quarter. You were up a little bit more, but not too crazy of a move. Russell's doing a little bit better than SPY. Let's see the equal weight. Capital One, again, more financials. Equal weight's barely down, but it's actually matched up perfectly with the SPY. Putin on talks with envoy over Ukraine. I think we should engage in this effort rather than obstruct it. So slow. Where's Meta? Okay, Nvidia's near the low too. Low ticker's kind of picking up. I mean, you have a lot in. You have 70% of the Nasdaq already down. You have a lot of room on both sides to either balance or for those names like on the fence to get a little worse. Coherus. Ionic. And I don't know why. That's what I'm saying. Like consumer, like certain electronic tech plays are doing good. Uami on the high. Oracle's still holding up. Interesting. And Broadcom. Intel's still plummeting, but 42 is still amazing. And then there's the new low on the SPY. Hi. Okay, uranium again, too. That was going up in the early. It chilled out for a little bit. And then Path is still going. They're all moving in tandem. The ones that are holding up, Melton, again, even uranium, financials, they're doing their thing. And then it's just really, I want to say just NVIDIA right now. Path. And then whatever Bristol Myers. Still very up, man. That's what I'm saying. The week was slow. 68866. You didn't hit that 70. You're still right below it, man. Cha City. Cha City. Long time. Sipping on some Fizzerve. Okay, high ticker now. You had that little drop, new low, and then now high ticker's taking its turn. The ones that are already up are still holding, but the bigger names are having a little bit more. 4 more months till the Chad NFT. I mean, you're gonna have to make them, Jake. How is it? Are you still heavily involved in the NFTs? Is it gonna make a comeback? I'm kind of down. You gotta. How can you implement it with the farm? I see. I think we might need to do Chad rehab on the farm. That's been the next idea. FLNC. We have Flu Energy again. Wow. And more banks. So again, you're gonna go in waves there. Anytime you see the bank's energy, it's gonna pull up whatever that was already up. XBI now, no shit. That woke up. That's random. So healthcare was lagging. XBI too. Healthcare might lag a little bit more, but yeah, XBI is waking up. That's a little. I don't know if that could be the BMY effect. Remember, that was the one from yesterday. Treasury issues general license authorizing certain transactions involving Lukoil. BBio, VSAT. All right, seems like a couple things are waking up here. Low ticker's dying, and then you're getting a couple of surprises. Is it health or health? If healthcare starts to wake up, I think biotechs will go better. IW and the Dow. Look at the Dow, SPY, IWM. It's barely down. I mean, even the NASDAQ. But everything is matched up. That's the weird part about today is everything is, whatever's good is correlating, whatever's bad correlating. But you're not like getting rotate here, rotate there. That's why like XBI and a little intraday rotation, I think will tell you a lot. But yeah. Chicken and cow NFTs, and then you create a token for eggs and milk. It's not bad. We down bad. But do you believe? Like, do you think it's still gonna, like with all the AI and everything where we're going, is it there or what's up? But I like AI. I mean, I don't know if I'm a sellout. I still like crypto. I feel like I'm a fucking boomer of crypto. That's just someone got mad at me for saying that I don't see the opportunity. But I think the crazy part that, like, I don't know, people are kind of picking up on it. They did an article on it right after, or a segment on it right after we talked about it a couple days later. But literally, crypto has to compete. Like, Bitcoin is going to compete for electricity with AI and data centers. And I think that's the crazy part. Long term looks good. It better, baby. That's all I'm telling you guys, especially coming into next year. If you thought the long term was good, you have no idea. You guys need to, and if you think you missed the first harvest, but tell me about the second one. I hope y'all feel me, bro. And that's why I'm telling you, I love you all, and I love being difficult, because that's how you know I love you. Okay? You guys need to stop gambling You could gamble after you get a long-term. You could gamble once you may, but if you are trying to get out of a shitty position by gambling, that is what loan sharks do. That's what gets you into trouble. Remember, the smallest of accounts, $200 a month. That could help establish you and get you in the game. Keeping money alive. Learning the game. STNE. That died again too. Oh no, that was another one that was up like 100. Kroger planning to accelerate investment in new stores beyond 2025. RTX and AWS collab. No, we haven't gotten to the long-term talk yet. I've been throwing some little ones here. But it's almost been an hour, huh? Dude, time flies when you're having fun in the long term. But yeah, we could talk about it here in a sec. Let me go pee. Because I have big things for you, Habibi. I have very big things for you. It's what we've been talking about. That's the sad reality of it. Okay, you're going back up there. High ticker's almost maxed out. So that just woke up. That bounce is trying to materialize. Couple things shifted. Again, you got a couple of names like XBI in these areas. Like I'm saying, it's 50-50 today. NASDAQ and Russell. So once again, the small caps and that like little silent rotation we were talking. Again, you should have all heard that. That's picking up and holding, surprisingly. And then a couple of biotechs are trying to play along. No VKTX, but it could. I'll check. That could be those comments from yesterday delayed. Because remember, you guys brought up the Habibi shit, and it didn't really move. So that could just be the delay. And again, word to the small caps, or again, like rotations into momentum. So that is, even though nothing's happened, momentum has been the leader quietly. There was the Novo stuff this morning. But no, I'm not seeing anything, but that did just melt up. $2 a decent amount there. Yeah, Raytheon announces the collaboration. I think Cat's been doing good all week. Kroger had RTX is actually moving off that. I didn't think it would. And then Dizzle. Dizzle. Can't you see? Sometimes the long term hypnotize me. Alright. Well, you hit VWAP. VWAP's a lot lower. Now Dell, that's a couple of new highs. I remember their earnings wasn't too bad. And it slipped. How's that? It said 8 highs and it's up 1%. And then the news too, Morgan Stanley said they're dumping the loans. They're trying to get rid of data center loans. U.S. trade delegation likely to visit Delhi next week for talks. Indian government. All right, follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. Real Cult news on Twitter. I'll see you in a little bit. Do we have propaganda? We don't have propaganda. Oh, you know what I can make you do? I can make you watch the long-term video. Did any of you not watch the long-term video? Has anybody at this point not seen the long-term? You should have got a text. I posted it on the post tab. So, and it's all in one centralized location. Bitcoin. 9 on Cold Sister, and then 2 on the... All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful day or evening. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while, and that's because I have not added to the long term since the last video. So that changed today, and I want to go over what I bought in all the accounts, but I also want to talk about a banking crisis or something unique, or more or less an opportunity / crisis, and how it even relates to Robinhood and something called look back options. So before I get into that, let's talk about the plays for the long term. And I did it different. In the last 5 years, I've done every transaction right in front of you guys. You would see my portfolio, you would see my platform, and you would watch me execute the trades live. This is the first time that you heard the noise. I told you I made a play, but I did not tell you what I bought. And now the first time I'm revealing it is in this video. I mean, all year I've been trying to make it simple. I was trying to show you guys. Oh, my thing fell. Come on, bro. You like my fur couch? It's not a fur couch. It's cold, bro. You have no idea. I was going to do a video in the hot tub. That's why I even had the tank top on. You know that? Okay, man. But I was going to do the video in the hot tub. And then, yeah, bro, it's freezing. So, no, we ain't doing that. But essentially, this is the first time I'm making this the announcement of what I bought. You know, all year I've been asking you guys to follow along, telling you where to find it, all that. So you know what? I thought, what a simple place. Just put it on one video and put it right here. So if you're hearing this, you're getting the info. So to not waste any more of your time, I bought TAP again for the long term. I bought 75 shares in the big account, 9 on Colt Sister, and then 2 on the YouTube account. And I got it at $46.50. And the reason why is because we're rebuilding the long term. I already purchased it. I wanted to stack up. You know the reasons already why I like the company, the book value, how it stacks up, their dividend, all that good stuff. And the fact is we're rebuilding and I'm getting these deposits in, and I wanted to stack something up and make sure that we could grow the dividend as well as get a good position, especially if we believe it's a good value, and that way it could work in our favor early and aggressively as we are doing the rebuild. So that was the first stock that I bought. The second one that I bought was Fiserv, sipping on some Fiserv. I know it's so terrible, but this was literally the worst company on the S&P 500 this year. So I thought that was very interesting. Some people know what the company is. I was even sharing it with you when they dropped after their bad earnings and their guidance. It's a payment processor. They work with Visa, MasterCard. I mean, I see them a lot because I do encounter a lot of different businesses, and I just knew what they were. So I actually see them. I see them as much as I see toast pretty much. And fact of the matter is, I wanted to share with you guys the whole buying the S&P. You know, the thing I've been sharing here for the last couple months is going over the S&P 500 names and finding the value, because right now in 2025, this is another unique opportunity that you don't see. It is not too often that this many names underperform, or you only have a few portion of names. No, I don't think there was news. I think you just hit the VWAP. You got Scheinbach in Mexico to hold security talks next week. We kind of heard that. And then Speaker Johnson to finalize health bill on floor next week, he says. So we'll see, Habibi. We will see, you know. But hi, welcome back. Welcome back. So, do you guys want to talk about it? We could talk about the long term. I actually have something even better though too, because this kind of reminded me this morning, and then I don't know, some of the reaction already to the long-term plays. You know, a lot of people were, you know, right off the bat, they're like, I want to buy something. what should I buy? Or I'm gonna go do this. And it's gonna relate to what I'm trying to tell you, because I was hoping that a lot of people were really focusing in on the list of all these names that were down, because it was a very interesting opportunity in the last couple of weeks. And now that window is kind of closing, but it does not matter, especially for your long term. So this is what I want to start with. You guys realize that the answer to everything, your long term, how we got here this year, every single aspect of it, I need you to realize it's not about one move. It's consistency. That's what made this year so great. It was what we did the year before. It's what we did this year, and how it all built into it. Are you understanding? So it's like whatever you think you're doing now, and like if you're like, oh, I gotta go now. Oh, boy, yeah, I have too much cash. Let me throw it all down right now. No, please don't do that. Yeah, man, just lay the bricks. Because that's why I always show this, man. You know, you go, look at this. This is from 2019 till today. Look at all of this, all the dividends. But like, dude, 1 share, 2 share. Small stocks, you get 20 shares, 5 shares, 2 shares, 7. It's all month after month. Little by little, then the dividends go. Just that's how you do it. So whatever it is, it has nothing to do with what you do today. It's going to be you doing it today and sticking with it. Are you guys all aware of that? Because that is the key. That's the trick. That's the part that a lot of people miss out on. It's one thing to know the value. It's one thing to pick the right play. And that's what I'm saying. You have a good guide. You got a good sample. But it's nothing. If you only buy one time and then you get discouraged and quit, or you throw in all of your ammo all at once, that's not how you're going to build a good garden. That's not a good battle plan. And that's why I'm telling you, it's like, it's really all about little by little. That's why knowing your cash, knowing what you own, you're able to really make a good decision. That's why once you spot a good deal is a good deal. But it's going to be for this period, and every time it'll be one good deal today, it'll be a bad deal tomorrow. And what was a bad deal today, it'll become a good deal tomorrow. And that's the whole idea. It is month by month. So that's the first part. The second part, the names on the S&P. So do you guys remember? I did this video for all of you. I was tired that day. I got knocked out. And I was like, man, let's do a video. I did a video in a bathtub. I know, it's very odd. But I still did a video in a bathtub, okay? So here's the deal. In that video, I was bringing up a couple of things. We were talking about value. We were talking about the chat. And I even brought up this thing called the bull-bear spread. Remember I was asking you guys? And I was saying, because there's the bull-bear spread and there's another one. And it's this indicator. I learned this. A Wall Street guy taught me this a long time ago. And that's why I'm mad, because I have it on my other computer. And I had it bookmarked, but I forgot it. Surprisingly, I know I understood the concept, but there's like a specific indicator. But here's how it goes. Here's the general theme. It's like when a certain amount of names are hitting like lows and trading below a certain value, and like you have a certain amount of names hitting 52-week highs versus lows, it's like the general idea is that when you have like 70% of stocks lower, or again like 60 like we saw with the underperforming, it is usually an automatic buy. AKA, if you buy every time that happens, you would probably have some of the best performance in the market. AKA, it's just telling you that things are depressed. And we were talking. Do you guys remember me talking that in the video? You remember me in the bathtub, and I was asking for some. I was like, does anybody know what this is? So there is the bull-bear spread, and it's related to that. It's like the AAII bull-bear spread, and that's like a survey. But there's one where it's like BSPX 50, ASHR 50. It's one, and like you compare them both. But long story short, bro, you had that a couple weeks ago. That's what was happening when I was in the bathtub. And that's why, again, we were already a couple weeks into talking about value, and we were talking about the names that were down. But that's what I was telling you. I was like, bro, you could look around and you were going to find at one point just in the last couple weeks, you would have saw like 50 or 60% of names down. I think we hit it. We triggered it. So this is weekly. So this one's not going to update. But this is a shitty version of it. And this one hasn't updated yet, but at one point, this was in like the low 17s, or I think it was at low 20 at one point. And then it hasn't updated yet, but now this is positive again after this last week. So that means a lot of people bought in the last couple weeks. That means some of those names that were trading at the lows, trading at 52-week lows, they have now bounced off of them, and now you're getting a certain amount of names advancing. That's what I mean by that window is closing a little. Now, just like I told you, as long as you keep buying, you keep playing that setup, I mean, that's not going to change anything. Oracle, that's odd. Yeah, Oracle's kind of getting some candles. But, no, it's one of them. It's one of the metrics, but I'm telling you, I need to find the legit one. There's one that you can follow because it doesn't trigger all the time. You don't see it too often that you have X amount of names trading above a certain high with a majority of names trading at lows. So it's really telling you about sentiment and a lot of other things. But the point is, that window is starting to close. People already did buy in the last, again, it's been almost a month now if you think about it, at least 3 weeks. So keep buying and keep it in value. I'm not telling you to buy the overvalued stuff. Keep focusing on the S&P. And now here's the deal. Are you ready for the next one? I said it in the video. All of these names that are getting clobbered right now, all of these names that are underperforming, even though it feels good, it feels bad, however you want to view it, it created this scenario that underperforming by a mass amount of the market. So coming into next year, all of those names are going to apply. I'm telling you, that's going to be your same exact menu, but now some of them won't be the same value. It'll be off a different price. But now here's what I'm trying to tell you now. This is a fascinating one that happened. You haven't seen this in a couple years, and it doesn't happen too often. You now have transports outperforming the NASDAQ. Transports are doing better than the NASDAQ. So I don't think it might not hold, but again, just the fact that it happened, it doesn't happen too often. But this is more evidence of there's like a big rotation at hand. And that's why even this week it's been rotationary. It's been small caps and momentum quietly doing it. And that's why I'm telling you, it's little by little. Make no mistake, the same scenario that I was telling you a couple weeks ago, it is starting to change, because that is people are starting to absorb it. But if we get this and it continues into next year, like I'm telling you, I think a lot of these values, you might watch one of the bigger rotations, or it could be the most hated rally if essentially tech holds up, and then all of these damn transports to value to manufacturing, all of that does really well. Those are going to be value and tech running at the same time. But the point is, man, that these deep value plays, not even just deep value, high quality S&P, it doesn't have to be bankrupt, but if they're making money, a lot of money, and they have been, and they're going to stick around for 10 years, if the trend continues and people absorb them into the end of the year, and then that continues after we get all the tax breaks and everything that's going to happen next year, that is going to be your pocket of opportunity. So I don't think you need to FOMO at all, because like I'm saying, there's some things that could happen. Maybe it's just temporary and all that. BP in talks to sell $8 billion Castrol Group. I feel like we've heard that before. All right, SPY back above VWAP. Hi, yeah, BP's running off that. You got a candle on selling Castrol. But yeah, the point is, bro, that list that I'm telling you, the opportunity has changed in the last month. You could have got one of the best opportunities in the last month on those names. But now, coming into next year, those are still going to be there. CRISPR takeover note. Who's the source on that? Is it opinion, or are we talking real shit? But yeah, and then BP as well. Those are both getting some candles there. SPY back to the first red candle of the day. So yeah, man, that's why I'm saying the long term, focusing on these names and having an idea. You don't need to chase the crazy stuff. If you have them already in your portfolio, it'll work. But yeah, you could keep focusing on those and just be on the lookout. Is that if this trend in the last month continues into next year, this might just be the front run on it. And if it is, I hope it doesn't get overcrowded and front ran and stops out. But if we get certain things playing out, you are going to have a very, very nice rotation, and there's going to be a lot of names that are very cheap that are going to be able to get a nice boost. And then these are the names that you could really hold for 10 years. So be wise, and remember, you don't need FOMO. Fear of missing out is what's going to fuck you up, dude. I'm telling you, the way we got here, the way we picked up the babas and everything else, little by little, month after month, as long as you make the plan and stick with it, my brother, you will succeed. But if you get emotional, play the back and forth, you get emotional by, oh, that's a good idea, I'm going to throw all my money in at once, and then you don't have enough and you don't get yourself in the right space to continue that, it's going to backfire. Again, if you wait and only want to buy after it bounces, you're going to give up some of that extra margin that will make it safer and more encouraging. That's something why I wanted to, this year and even after the last year, BM&R, Ethereum's going up, and then you had the other one, CEP, going up earlier today too. But this is why, after I saw a lot of people try to quit at the worst possible time, even though it would have made sense to the normal mind, right? People 2023 in the depths, people were scared. And the 2023 wasn't that bad. But if you bought some shit at the high and then it dropped, it's terrible. Just like some of those names that I was telling you about this year, like Kava or even Hims. If you bought them at the high, they're still doing good. I mean, how many names were like that? Even NVO you could put into that list. It's like if you buy them too high, we at least waited till there's a certain level. But if you buy them really high and then it just comes back down, you could be down 40, 50%. Whereas if you're kind of buying them at a fair price, you would only be down like 10, 20%, which is bearable. So that's why I said, man, if you really want a name and you really want to go after stuff, I just wouldn't be buying shit that's already up on the year by a lot. That's a rule I instituted for you guys. And that's something where I try to remind you, damn, DG's going now. That's what I was trying to tell you. I wouldn't be buying the shit that I buy. Again, I like my plays. I like what I get. I'm holding them for a long time. But I told y'all, don't buy it because after we're up on it. That's not a good idea. I'm not trying to get y'all to do that. And that's not going to help you. And then it's not going to keep you in the game long enough. Because then if you buy it when it's high and then we go back to break even, you'll be down 20%. That's what, again, people with Baba. And like I said, even this year, people got mad at me for telling them not to buy Baba, 70% higher than where we bought it. And I said, well, listen, because if it goes back to where we bought it, we lose nothing and you're down fucking 50%. That's not good. So you got to think emotionally. If you do it the right way, you stick with it little by little, you're avoiding the easy traps. Not only is it going to make you money, it's going to encourage you. Are you understanding me? Encouragement, the right mindset. What happens when you have an account and it starts going up and it goes straight up? What do you want to do? You want to keep doing it. You buy something, it goes straight down, you want to stop doing it. How do I know? Not only have I seen it, but this is the story of everybody getting into investing, or this is the story of how you've told everybody about investing, no? Because that's what happened with Colt's sister. She only wanted to get in at the all-time high, 2021, 2022. And then what happened? After it dropped, she missed out on Meta and a lot of other ones. Because she said, nah, I don't want to buy anything now. No. I bought and then it went down. Literally, one of her best plays went down. Uber. But I kept buying it for her. But think about it, man. So I can't even show the chart, man. I wish it went back. They made a shift. But are you seeing what I'm saying? You're going to quit. It's not going to be encouraging. It's nice to buy, right? Like when you hear me now, and that's what I seen this morning. Some of you are like, wow, he bought. Okay, I'm going to buy. You know, he's right. The 20% cash. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm going to throw all my money in at once. No, that's not how you do it. And then if you buy the stuff that's already up, it's going to put you into more risky of a scenario that will prevent you from staying with it for a long time. Again, I've seen it with my own sister. So that's just how it's going to work. But I'm telling you, if you could follow this and then, again, take advantage of the and look at this rotation, because next year there's early signs that it has to hold up. But if these value names and all of that, this isn't just like a short-term thing I'm talking to you about. I'm saying this might be one of the better entries in the next couple of years on very good quality names that'll last. And that's why, as long as you play it the right way, don't buy them when they're up, buy them when they're fair priced, and keep adding, or not even adding, sticking with the plan, dude. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. You check the shipping stocks, and they moved up 65 since early October. I know, man. I'm telling you, I noticed this about a month ago. I've been sharing it with you, the slick charts, and then once some indicators, and like I'm telling you, I've said it a lot every day. I put the chart in the video. I put it out yesterday. It's not too often you watch this many names underperform, and that's not a bad sign. That means something has happened, and that also means that they're creating as long as the economy doesn't drop, and I don't think it will, because it's going to be floated around with a lot of things. It's an opportunity, and they should do good. And then at the same time, what have we already noticed, man? With how things have already played out, even if the economy did bad, a lot of these companies that are already down 80, 90%, some 50, it's like, dude, they're probably not going to get that much worse, or that's already priced in. What I'm saying is look for what's down and see if there's upside. I mean, you could kind of get that from there. I think that's part of it. But what I'm trying to say is put yourself in a position so that you can emotionally and monetarily run the race. That's exactly what I'm saying. Do you see what if you sprint at the high, you're going to run out of energy. You're going to get discouraged. You're going to get injured. We need a good pace. And if you set the pace and keep up the pace, and you do it very wise like that, you're running a marathon and you're getting first place. That's what it is. And part of that is, again, the right emotional mindset, the emotional framework for making financial decisions. Shout out to Benjamin Graham. That's what it really is. And that's what I'm saying. You can't top tick, and you could top tick after you bottom ticked a couple, or at least if you stay with it, the plan, right? Then that's why I'm trying to make sure that, every time there's a long-term play, bro, it's not about buy, just buy, because it doesn't matter about one. It doesn't matter about two. The beauty of our plan, 12 deposits in a year. You know what that means? You really want to lose? You really want to make bad decisions? You got to make 12 in a row. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that. Even the guys who only bought EV during the top and only bought AMC and all whatever crap, they still bought one good one, and that still gave them evidence of what to do, and they were able to turn it around. You get what I'm saying? It's just not one, it's not two, and then same thing for good. And that's the problem, because how many people now, y'all just want fucking home runs. You're not going to hit the home run. If you hit a home run, because it's an easy pitch, awesome. Where you're going to win off of fucking 12 in a row. Even if you could get 6 in a row of good and adequate, you're going to fucking kill it. If you have 12 small good decisions a year. That's all it is. And that's where we need to get in that framework. And now you have an opportunity where there is, again, 60, 70% of the market now. They're trading at good prices. Do not be deceived. You could look around and find a lot of overvalued names. But some that went crazy this year, they were just really cheap not too long ago. But, you're not going to be getting Meta. You're not going to be getting Amazon. That's fine. But down the line, that's the crazy part. Imagine what I just shared with you. If that rotation goes and it only benefits the value, well, then maybe you'll get an Amazon or Meta. Maybe those will come down. And then we buy them when those come down. Because you see what I'm saying? We got to get prepared for it. You have to run the marathon. You got to run this race. And that's why put yourself in a position to succeed. Put yourself in a position to be encouraged, and you're going to see it's going to all add up. But it's not one good decision. It's compounding all of these. And one mistake isn't going to hurt you. two mistakes. That's why, especially if you play it how I'm telling you, because again, you're using a pace, you're using a budget. You see what I'm saying? You avoid the easy traps. It's going to be harder to get discouraged, easier to get encouraged, and then before you know it, the same thing that would have made you run away, the same fear, you're going to start recognizing it as opportunity, and you're going to start acting on it and growing your wealth. And that's why, bro, I keep telling, I don't know how many ways I could explain it, and just like for real, you will work your way into options trading. I'm not against it. I am against people treating it like a lotto ticket. And if you need money, and you're like, I need money, I need to make money, I'm gonna trade and gamble it, you're missing the point that if you just took a year, 2 years of slow and steady, using small amounts to grow it where you're gonna keep it and get that foundation, you're gonna make more money than extreme highs and lows. You know, again, some of you were disappointed by some of the actions here. It's amazing how many people I saw yesterday talk about a paywall. All of the long term has not been paywalled this entire year. That was at best case 47%. Tied into last year, we're talking 99% on your money. No exaggeration. That video, I shared all of the data with you all at once. I don't want options destroying some of you guys. That's why the guy, listen, you could pay $50 a month on whatever for options, you should be making money. The whole point is you shouldn't be going to it if you need money. If you need money, go get $200 a month. I could help you. I could make sure we get you on the right path. That right path isn't options. That's going to come later. Most people just are mad that the thing they want is paywalled. The thing you need is free and right in front of you, and you got to use it. And we got to put ourselves in this right mindset to take advantage of it. So it's little by little. And this is where I'm saying this is going to separate some of y'all, good or bad. Because if you could get on this path, and especially coming into next year, you have no idea, dog. I'm saying you're going to be more surprised and build a better foundation, and then you're going to work your way into options. But I'm telling you, it's all little by little, and instead of little by little losing your money, little by little gambling it away, you need to little by little grow it, and you're going to see what I'm telling you. And just like richest man in Babylon, you are going to get coins in your purse. Again, I don't know. I know for some of y'all, man, just watching your account grow, I think has changed you positively. I think having an account just go straight up, whether it's big, little, it doesn't matter, especially if you had nothing, because you're going to start from a small amount and it's going to grow. And that's going to give you the right confidence. Then it's going to give you the right evidence done by your own two hands. And you're going to start seeing the what I'm talking about. Then you're going to start saying, wait, it's not somebody trying to convince you. It's not anybody this. You're going to be like, why the fuck would I do that with my money if I could? You're like, nah, I have another alternative. And that's what it is. It's a real alternative. And that's what I'm saying. It's real. And the part why I'm banging the table, because I'm like, dog, in all of these years, we haven't had this many names underperform. You haven't had this much opportunity all around you. So it's even better. That's the crazy part. But that's what I'm saying. You can't do it in the way where, oh, okay, so much opportunity, let me gamble on it. And I'm not talking options. I'm even talking to people who want to just throw all their money in at once. No, that's not how we did it. But you need to get an account that goes straight up. Like I'm saying, this account, $8,000. Imagine it hits 9, you're like, wow, I got $10,000. That's going to increase your confidence. Wow, $10,000. Oh, I got $12,000 now. You're growing a small amount, and it's going to give you confidence. I got 13, then it goes, oh, I hate this. But the opportunity. Then it's going to go 15,000. You're like, what? Then you're going to get your 25. But that's what I'm saying. And then you're going to start putting the money in the right places, and then you're going to learn how to add the other stuff. But that's why I'm telling y'all, it's not a one decision type of thing. And I know it's, so many people want to put in so much work and so many things, even trading. But this ain't a one decision thing. It's going to be a collection of just little by little, stacking it up. And if you do that, the doors are going to unlock. So that's my long-term rant. But then, I'm telling you, I'm not here to rant at you with nothing. I'm saying there is an opportunity. There is so, and again, it's people have been taking it. The big boys have been taking it. I'm grateful for those of you who have taken it. Because I'm telling you, all that from the bathtub, that was a video for all of you. That was discussed for all of you. That's why forgive me for ever distracting you with the options. But I know the options can do work at the right time. But you got, especially if you need the money, you got to start building this long term and secure some good quality. And that's why this ain't just a talk to talk. This is saying, those same names I've been telling you about, the same value and where it's leading into. If this continues, and if it, some of those names, I would say at least 100 of those names are going to do very well next year. That's a lot of opportunity for you guys to hit. And then again, if you ask anybody who's secured a Abby via $80, you get a good quality name, a IRM. You get something that you could hold for 5-10 years, and all it does is grow. One of the best positions, bro. And you're gonna love it. So I encourage you all to do it. And doing it isn't just a one-time thing. This is gonna by little by little, man. Woo! So it's game time. Telling you, man. So yeah, this is opportunity, and it's here. I'm not coming to you empty-handed. I encourage you not to leave empty-handed, and you do not have to. So end rant. Thank you. I'll be here all year. I have been. Woo! Trump greets President of Rwanda? We made a long-term purchase a couple days ago. Yeah. Second link. I'll play the video. But yeah, I posted it, sent out a long-term alert. It's everywhere. It's on Twitter. Warner has asked for a third round of bids from Paramount Skydance. I mean, things will be exciting, but you can't get excited in the sense of, like I'm saying, I'm not trying to set you guys up for disappointment. And getting overly excited just for one thing is how you do it. It's not, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, little by little, we just need a fair amount of excitement. That's it. But just so enough where you do it every day, every month. And then you have to stick with it. It's going to compound to something. That is what you have seen at every scale here. It's going to compound. How much longer are you going to fight it? And that's why you don't want it to be. I want the discipline. Like I told, remember, excitement, motivation. That's for amateurs, baby. You need the discipline, because that's gonna get you doing it no matter what. And if you stick with it, oh, dude, it's gonna be great, as it has been for everybody who has done it. you got it, you were wondering if it was done today. So did you not watch the video? Come on, auction man. Come on, you gotta watch the video, you gotta go through it, gotta go long term. But yeah, I talk about it in the video. You could go and see, but it has been executed prior to the video. Okay. Pat. Netflix in the lead. What is your profession? I do not oppose having Bitcoin in the long term, but I think you should treat it separately. So I'm not a fan of ETFs, and I wouldn't let it get in the way of buying and owning good equity. Because remember, these companies, that's something I think a lot of people have gotten away from. And it's so easy to forget that these companies make money. Again, I love Bitcoin, you guys, but I do love, again, I made a lot of money in both Bitcoin and equity. You want something that produces and does its own thing. Like I said, I have gold and silver too, but I don't really count it, if that makes any sense. It's all separate. I would separate. Even when we did the Bitcoin in front of everybody, and we did that whole move, it was a separate account. It was a separate budget from my savings. So go save your 10%, put it in the long term, and whatever else you want to do after that, do whatever else you want to do. So if you want to put 5% to Bitcoin, that means you should be saving 15%. Save your 10%, put it in the long term, hold for 10 years minimum, and anything else you want to gamble, put 5% to gambling. 5% towards Bitcoin, now you need 20%. It's a discipline. That's what all I'm trying to tell y'all. People are, again, high prices, heavy moves, you got the media, there's a lot of emotions around it, very emotionally charged. So, like I'm telling you, is do whatever you want with it. I'm not against it. I would like Bitcoin for the long term, but granted, our Bitcoin for the long term, last time I told anybody it was $10,000. The other time was $300. So it's just different. But I still think there's opportunities. I think there's more opportunity in other environments. But if you want to do it, you put it separate. As long as you separate and treat it separate from, don't let it get in the way of your long term. That's all it is. Just like my parents would tell me, they didn't really tell me this, but as long as I got good grades, that, do whatever you want. But if you ain't getting good grades, my friend, what do you mean we want Bitcoin? We don't got the long term. We don't have a stable equity. We're not on the path to a home. Then I'm not down with it. So you do got to make sure that it's not getting in the way of the plan. You see what I'm saying? Because you got something here that'll work, and it's something that has historically, it's outlasted. Companies, good ownership. It could be alive longer than you. You could hand it to your kids. You could say the same thing about Bitcoin, except for Bitcoin hasn't been along. Like even Fiserv has existed longer than Bitcoin. That's crazy if you think about it, right? It's just like you gotta make sure it doesn't get in the way. That's all it is. I like that. Closers get coffee. Production gets perks. Yeah, and that's why too. You get the long, in a weird way, you get your long term and you grow it, and you execute the plan. This is what I keep saying for the foundation. You guys have seen me do it. You get the good foundation, you let it work in your favor, it's going to offer you room after a good foundation. Get a couple years in, get it growing, get it working where you get a home, then you're going to be able to dabble in the other more riskier stuff in a different way. Then you could add to it a lot more safer and effectively without relying on it and without the emotions. IMF says Japan's fiscal package is smaller than expected, resulting in smaller impact on next year's deficit. Hey, SPY's coming down. Where's that SPY put? Same exact fucking price. I love the long term. That's what I'm saying, man. Good work. You have no idea, man, how many accounts. That's why, like, even the pictures, dude, I just got tired. I remember I got sent a lot of accounts, but a lot of, man, the people I've seen go from, like, 5K to 30 or 40K is unreal. And then the people who went from, like, 20 to 60 and 80 and 100, it's unreal, bro. And that's why I'm saying it's getting not sexy, bro. You gotta fight the wave of everything else, and it's gonna feel slow. Don't be deceived, but it's like, man, people grew, dog. And that's what I'm saying. It's you get that down, hammer that down, watch the other paths open up for you. But do it. If you were to call up Fiserv and talk to their investor relations, any recommendations on what to ask? No, not really. I would say, how are you? Can I be the CEO? You could ask them about the other developments or if they plan on failing more. But, no, interesting question. Low at SMTC. All right, low. It's weird though. High ticker still got some juice. Another little small cap runner. I actually haven't looked at Bitcoin. I'm at a good week after that one bad day. Bro, I can't believe December is almost done, or at least the first week, bro. Octa. Long terms, the ugly duckling in high school had the glow up. I think so, man. That's why I'm very proud of y'all who did it, and that's why I'm telling you, the sad part is that now if you already thought it was out of reach, and then you let it get out of reach like that, and you're like, well, now it's even more out of reach. I disagree. That's why I'm pounding the table on these value opportunities. Because you guys are lucky, bro. You know that? The Lord is merciful. Because I don't think people realize it. You know, especially if you're like, well, I gambled it. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. Everything I just said about everything still applies. And you actually have still a decent amount of opportunity. This is actually a great time to come to your senses, if anything. This would be a great time. This is the whole parable. If you decide I'm coming home, I could, even with the long term, are you kidding me? Even the long term, you would live better with the small long term than anything else. And you'll be surprised at the party that gets thrown for you. Yeah, no, this year, it's not always, but this year Thursdays have been the worst day of the week. It's like it's abnormally large how many Thursdays have sold off. Abbeville on the low, now Marriott. It's weird. There's names on the high ticker, but they're all spread out. A lot of biotech, though. I think you kind of saw that with the XBI. The high ticker is here, showing you highs and lows. It will not impact your long term, though. That's the beauty. This is just for momentum and what's going on now. So I would study your cash balance and understand if you really are going to stick with the long-term plan. And then you'll see how all of the momentum trading stuff will factor into it. But high-low ticker will not impact your long-term, theoretically. The best time to plant the tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Whoa, 5.9 earthquake in Dayton, Nevada. Did y'all feel that? Anybody in Vegas? Literally 5.9, and I didn't know you guys get earthquakes. In Dayton, Nevada. I don't even know where Dayton, Nevada is, to be honest. Area 51? US BLS Q3 productivity and cost to be released on January 8th. See, I don't know if that's a delay or not. Remember those days a couple weeks ago, everyone would trip on that? Popped up. BLS Employment Cost Index to be released February 10th. So again, last time they had all these like delays on the data, the market would tweak, but you actually kind of bounced on that. So let's see. Long term all the way. Oh, what fun it is to hold and save 10% days. Hey! Long-term stocks, long-term stocks, long-term all the way. PG on the loan. Oh, what a Thursday. Good day. Again, these Thursdays, though, they might offer you your gift. All right. I'm gonna go get a water. God bless America. Shout out to Chad, baby. Shout out to Chad. I'm gonna go pee, and here's your long-term video. If you haven't seen it, I do. And remember, it's not about one video, man. It's gonna be every month, every day for years and years to come, till the day you die and hand it off to your children, or charity if you don't have kids, or you could light it on fire. You could do whatever you want. Microsoft. Every time I want to go and leave, it starts dumping again, guys. It feels like the old days. So watch out, but I'll BRB. Names outperforming on the S&P 500. There is a lot of good companies out there this year that are doing terrible. There's like, I think over like 50 names that are even down like 20 or 30. There's like 100 names in between like 15 and 30% down. And literally, since I didn't tell you, I like this company, and I only kept it small. I put a portion of the deposit, only one on the on Colt YouTube. I put 2 on Colt Sister, and then I got 15 on the big account at like 62.40, I believe, or 62.70, something around there. And unfortunately, the CEO just announced they bought like literally at the close today, so that jacked it up a little bit. But it was the last one on the list, and I figured, you know, we're gonna build up some dividends, get some of those value, and I figured I would go with the very bottom. I don't think this company is going to disappear. At worst, I think it can get removed from the S&P 500, but if they are able to turn it around and be involved in all this payment processing, I think they're going to do pretty well. So that's why I decided to go with that. Those are the 2 names that I bought. A lot of you thought I was going to buy Procter & Gamble, and this is kind of why I bought TAP today. Here's the other big reason, because TAP has ex-dividend coming up in the next couple days. That's why I wanted to make sure I got this video for you guys, because if you don't know, it's going to run up into ex-dividend, and then after the ex-dividend, it's probably going to drop the same amount that it pays on dividends. So you got to be careful. You might want to wait or go shopping for something else. But I want to make sure we capture the dividends so that we could rebuild the dividends. And we got a couple of growth pickups, even got a little bit of Fiserv here today as well too. And even Intel was able to work very well. So I want to make sure we could start getting that dividend side of the equation really working for us. So that's the big reason why my mic cut off, man. And I know, did you guys hear this now too? I didn't know, but apparently like the new wave is like one take videos and authenticity and rawness because of all the AI stuff. Would you look at that, man? So you should know, even without the face, you should know the character, man. And yeah, we've done that for a while. So I appreciate y'all you guys were ahead of the wave, man. But like I'm saying with the ex-dividend, that's one of the reasons why I bought it. But a lot of you guys thought I was going to be buying Procter & Gamble today because we woke up and it hit a new 52-week low. That's a name that I wanted. It's down like 15% on the year. It was just down like only like 12. And then today, a lot of the staples went down, and even TAP, considering it had ex-dividend coming up, I saw that down and I figured I would rather stack. I do believe it's good quality. It's undervalued, if anything. So that's why I decided to go with it. And I think I'm probably going to be buying a lot more stuff here soon as we continue this rebuild. So I wanted to make sure that I really started to build up. But Procter & Gamble is on my list. Target, UPS, I still haven't grabbed them. NVO, we had a little window where it was almost a diamond, but the yield wasn't 4. It was like 2.8 or something like that. And again, TAP is a pretty good yield here above 4. So I still want those names, and really the thing I've been telling y'all is that you need to look at your portfolio and let it speak to you. This is why I did not want to tell you guys what I bought, because I did not want to influence you, and I wanted you to learn and make a decision and go with what you need. If you need growth, get the growth names. If you need value, get the value. If you need quality, get the quality names. If you can have other mid-tier and take that risk and the portfolio supports it, you could go ahead and do that as well. I wanted you guys to think on your own for a little bit. So the big thing I've been telling people, I've been saying, go to Slick Charts. You could go on TOS, you could go on TradeView, wherever you get your information. But the S&P 500, you should get familiar with all 500 components, and especially familiar with the names that are down on the year, because you're getting them down on the year. Some of them are having their worst years ever, and while everything's high flying, you can find good discounts. The thing I've really been talking about is that the S&P 500, that's a good neighborhood. This is what I do in real estate. You want to find the nicest or the cheapest house in the nicest neighborhood. And that was the idea. I wanted you guys to get familiar. I wanted to push you a little bit, take off the training wheels, and some of you guessed, some of you might have waited for this video, but I wanted to see what you came up with. And at the same time, you just got to move and take action. And I think
you see the Nike tank top underneath, right? You have no idea. Bro, I fully was trying to do the video in a hot tub because I was like, all right, that'd be cool because the hot tub light up. It looked cool, apple flushing. But, no, dude, it was freezing. It was freezing. I just put on whatever I could find. I'm glad you liked it because I said I needed, and it was cold. It's getting cold, like really cold. I don't know, man. I don't know if some of you guys probably, do you have snow right now? I think someone said snow the other day. But yeah, man, I don't know how I feel about this coldness. Oh, this cold in America. Long-term stocks, long-term all the way. Snow and 28 degrees. That's, Lord bless you. $11 degrees? How? That's crazy, man. Good for you. 'Cause, bro, I feel like it's hard in the mornings. Like, if it's cold, bro, I feel like that makes it harder to wake up. So, God bless you. If you can last. That's the best time. I know, but it was good to hot tub, but I was like, when I get out, I was gonna die. And then even like trying to I can't like talk the same in the cold because I'm shivering. International trade in goods and services to be released for September on December 11th. It's 11? Yeah, dude, that's crazy. All right, man, well, get your long term to keep you safe. I was going to use the fire too. You know that I had a fireplace that it's like a wood fireplace, and like it's not like propane, but then I was like, I don't know how to put it out, and I'm like, I didn't have a poker, so I was like, all right, you know what, I googled it, but I said I'm gonna burn the house down. So I got my blanket, got the couch. It's good. Did the right thing. Long-term stocks, long-term all the way. You had trouble getting up today? I don't know. It hits different, bro. It's harder to poop in the morning, too, because it's freezing. Russia blocks Snapchat? What? pizza to the downside. SNDK, remember that was leading out of all of these. I think it's Oracle. They were still doing pretty good. Warmer in Alaska than Indiana? What? Oh, dude, I think I'm gonna go to Alaska, to be honest. I still want to check out Alaska. It's beautiful. You're gonna golf at the oldest golf course in Ireland tomorrow. Oh man, Ireland, are you there now? I think I remember you said that. That's dope, man. Enjoy it, bro. Even the rest of the year, you guys know too, like after the Fed meeting, it'll be Fed meeting, and then we finish out the week next week. But then, like, y'all know everybody, like, takes off after the 14th, right? So, again, I think some people are going to be hanging around a little bit. I'm not talking here. I'm talking everywhere. Everybody turns into fucking Christmas mode. So, but it is going to get, like, it's going to get, like, very computery already. And then, yeah, it's a time to enjoy. But then we'll see if if the Japanese bring this back. Again, the whole Japanese yen, it relates to what we talked about in the video last night. Because, like I'm saying, if the liquidity, you don't have to, in a weird way, you don't even have to watch the yen, because if something did happen, that liquidity factor would come in very, very big, and then that would have its impact. There's a quote that says, "Don't go to Alaska as a young man. It'll ruin every other state." Oh, really? It's beautiful. I mean, you guys saw a couple Chads live in Alaska. All right, man, a lot of things are running right now. A lot of uranium again, a couple of minerals. Yeah, hold on. All the mineral plays are going nuts right now. Some more than others, but like MP's getting a couple candles. Saw a little bit of broadening out. There's a couple I couldn't catch. Oh. Long term all the way. Yeah, SNDK, Wolf, Rocket Lab. Again, the space stocks are doing good. High ticker's really gassing. I mean, I think you're getting held down by tech. Let's get a checkup here. Because, yeah, that high ticker's been active. Even the 5 minutes going up. So 13 green on the Dow, 17 in the red. Dow's barely green right now. More names red. NASDAQ 65 green, 35, 34 in the red. So that means you had like, what, 10 or 7 names go green on the NASDAQ recently? And then SPY, 281 green, 220 in the red. That got like 10 or 15, a little bit better. So not bad. Again, CCJ, minerals. Those are already on fire today. But now they're really going. Yeah, all the uranium. Now IonQ even. So again, like I said this morning, it's quiet. Everyone's focused on so many other things, but small caps, rotation there. I mean, look at the Russell right now. That's kind of been the theme of the week. You haven't had any news. You haven't had anything crazy, but all of those momentum plays, they held up and they bounced pretty well. I mean, they're obviously down from the peak, but yeah, it's kind of going nuts. Well, Hegseth, do you guys, they're going after Hegseth. Because do you guys know the drama? So they're, what's it called? They are doing, like, one was the boats. So a boat blew up. And then there was like, no, the signal gate was the first one. Right? Remember, that was in the beginning. That was right after the election. And then they had the reporter in, and then he like leaked the attack info. And then there was a boat that blew up, and they like struck a boat, and then there were survivors on the boat, and then they hit it again. That's why people are getting like, well, they're like, what the fuck? And then it doesn't stop there. His Twitter is very interesting.
So he's pretty much going through like a PR crisis right now. Pete Hegseth. But like, have y'all seen his Twitter? No, where are the damn Franklin posts? Hold on, have y'all seen? Yeah, bro. Have you seen his damn Franklin posts? I think here, let me see if I could search it on his profile. He only has it. Dude, he keeps posting these fucking child books. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't show up on the search. But yeah, it's like Franklin. He keeps posting a bunch of these. He's like Franklin targets, and this I think was after the whole double tap incident. That's what they're calling it. Franklin targets narco terror. He posts a lot. I saw somebody like organized it, but damn. No, he had like 15 of them, bro. There was some other funny ass ones, and I was like, dude. So yeah, now they're going after him with that. I want to find all the Franklin posts. There was like 10 of them. But no, I don't know if he got rid of them. Ukraine says existing Warren's plan is best possible solution. Pepsi on the low, CLX, Starbucks, T-Mobile. A lot of value on the low. And then Nibis, couple of chip plays. Nibis has 140 highs. So yeah, it's kind of slowing down. Every time we hit VWAP, you like rock it up into VWAP and then it chills. Yeah, they didn't like Pete from day one. I mean, I feel bad. I made the alcoholic jokes a lot. I haven't seen him with a drink in his hand in a while though, so maybe it helped. Dude, I feel like in the beginning, bro, this guy was walking around with a fucking glass of Jack Daniels every time. So I'm glad, I don't like the alcohol. So that's at least a good development. Myrna. Where's Pfizer? Remember, Pfizer was on fire yesterday. 25. Booze Allen. It's a really weird mix today. So welcome to Thursday. That has to be the point of contention with Trump. Yeah, I mean, I think Trump, like, everybody drinks. I mean, in a certain demographic. I feel like a lot of the old guys. But, yeah, I think, no, I mean, no one likes an alcoholic. BMY again? That's been nice. Except for Nancy. Bro, Nancy's retired. I wonder if they're going to get rid of Gavin.
That's gonna be, but then again, the alternatives are terrible still too. California, my home. Why? Carney to have brief meeting with Trump in Scheinbach World Cup draw on Friday. Oh, we do need push-ups and the euro close. So let's see if anything changes. Bonds have been down all day. Again, the mix banks have done good. Biotechs were able to reverse there. That was decent, but other than that, I mean, not much. And then small caps momentum that quietly is still in place. So Chattadonia, my brothers, my sisters, it's time. Please get your body moved. I'm already stretching here. I'm already a little far back. You want propaganda, or I could keep playing the video? Let's see.
With my customers, they can actually create their own software.
Yeah, you can sort of see the end game on that front and what it ideally one day might do, certainly for enterprise productivity. It's getting fascinating, and we'll stay tuned today. Dee, thank you. Deirdre Bosa. Let's get a news update this morning with Mackenzie Sagalos. Hey, Mac.
Hey, Carl. Russian President Vladimir Putin
We
said
could
today
hear
that
from the
Moscow
Supreme
would
Court this month. Not a
oil's
surprise
on
that
the high.
firms
Move around,
like
baby.
Costco
Chest to the
have
sun.
turned around and
Flex the
filed
core, tuck
litigation
the
against the
hips in.
administration in
You guys,
preparation
you do gotta relax your eyeballs.
for
You know, I hope you have
refunds
been.
of hundreds
I
of
hope you
billions of
have been
dollars that
staring
have been
away from your
paid
screen every
by
now and
companies
then.
that are large
Blinking.
importers.
It's good for you.
I suspect if the
long
Supreme
term is
Court
good for you.
strikes these down,
Get it.
and we've seen positive responses in both Ford and GM from certain tariffs being suspended, it could stimulate quite the rally amongst importers, retailers, manufacturers. Look at the whole genre of companies like Caterpillar and Deere. You know, they've all complained about tariffs, so this could really be a interesting impact on overall market prices.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Costco and a few of these other names and tariffs still being at top of mind, but also at top of mind all year for consumers. They've been hearing over and over again that they should be aware of tariffs potentially hitting and adding more pressure in terms of prices here. But we did see a lot of strength in the consumer. What is your takeaway from that K-shaped economy that you just called out?
So let's put a little caveat on all that strength in the economy. I just saw a fascinating chart from Bianco Research that showed both inflation adjusted and non-adjusted consumer spending since 2021. And when you look at the inflation adjusted spending, we're essentially flat over the past 4 years. Most of the increase is higher prices, not higher volume. And so that kind of raises a question: what are people spending their money on? What are they holding back on? We might be seeing not an increase in volume. And look, we know the top, let's call it 10% of the economy drives practically half of consumer spending on a price basis, certainly not on a per unit basis. That's the K-shaped economy. If you're in the top 10%, maybe even the top quartile, you're probably feeling pretty well. Your 401k has done well. Your stock holdings have done well. The value of your house has done well. You have some economic confidence. If you're in the bottom 3/4 of the economy, if you're young, if you're shopping for your first house, it's really frustrating. There's not any supply out there. It's challenging price-wise. Rates have ticked down a little bit, but they're still higher than where they've been for most of the past 25 years, past 20 years certainly. So there's some frustrations. It's, you know, we are a wealthy country, but wealth is not distributed across the entire economic strata evenly or even similarly. And so there's a lot of frustration out there, despite how well the economy and the stock market has done over the past few years.
Barry, we've got about a minute left here. Cisco, one of the stocks of our youth, has made a comeback, isn't it?
Well, by comeback, yeah, it's just under where it was when it peaked in March 2000s, before it fell about 90%.
Oh, God,
so,
I
hey,
remember that.
25 years
Yep.
and your total return is a break even isn't a whole lot to brag about. But hey, anytime someone mentions AI, their stocks or cybersecurity or other related things, the stock sees a bump.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, that's Cisco, Nora, was like the NVIDIA of the 90s. And
the first company expected to hit $1 trillion market cap.
Yep.
Didn't quite make it. Made it to about 600 and change.
Yep. And just to give our listeners perspective, even the .com market crash kind of in February, March of 2000, it took a decade for the NASDAQ to reclaim those levels again. And it took Cisco 25 years to do so. So that is wealth destruction, particularly if you work in a Silicon Valley company and most of your compensation is in stock and options. That part of the world got crushed. It took that part of the world a decade to come back. Barry Ritholtz, host of Masters in Business on Bloomberg Radio. He's also got a day job, folks. He's the founder of Ritholtz Wealth Management, giving us some thoughts on these markets here. Got a little bit of red on the screen here. I'm not going to oversell it here. The S&P's down about 5 points. The Dow.
I miss Charlie Pellet. All right, I'll do one more. I'll go back to the video. You hear me talk about value again.
Coming into next year, that list is going to be crucial. It's not just right now.
Next year.
It's going to be in the future, because if you haven't noticed, go look at the names that are killing it this year that aren't Mag 7. A lot of them were down last year, and they've had different years, and that's the interesting part. You know, the humiliation to the exuberance trade. You saw that play out. We did it with Baba. We did it with MO. We did it with almost every single name in the portfolio. Intel. So watch out for all of that, and I want you guys to get familiar, but that's what I ended up buying. So I hope this video helps, but now let's talk about the banking crisis, because this is something I've been bringing up over the last couple of weeks. We were talking about the overnight lending rates. It was going up. It was kind of freaking people out. You saw a little bit of repo activity. And then recently, the Fed just injected about $13 billion in reverse repos into the market. Now, you go on Twitter, you go on a lot of places, people are saying it's the biggest since the financial crisis, the second biggest since COVID. And that's because in 2008, they did the reverse repos, then they stopped it, and then it came back in 2019, 2018. And if any of you have been watching me from there, you know this is a pretty crazy moment. And when we started to notice this, I was telling you guys on stream, I actually brought up your brokerages. And I was telling you guys how, wait, people need money. Because if the Fed is doing the reverse repos, if overnight lending rates, pretty much if people are saying you want to borrow money for a day to hold at your bank so you could keep lending, you got to pay us 4 or 5% or anywhere above the Fed's fund rate. But that usually doesn't make sense, because it's like, well, wait a minute, why would you pay such a high rate to borrow money right now, especially if you could borrow it from the Fed and other places for a lot cheaper? That means liquidity is tightening. And that's what we're starting to see again. And now people are watching the reverse repos go up. So it is something serious. I don't think it's crazy just yet, because again, they turned the system on and off. They turned it off pretty much after the pandemic. And if you guys don't realize, we've ended quantitative tightening. You know, the era leading into quantitative easing, that's probably going to come back, or we're going to have this weird.
All right. Well, chilling that view up. NASDAQ's actually green. No shit. And then Russell. Those energy names, uranium doing good. A beautiful Friday, Junior. Shout out the long term. I love it. Hi, my name is Wiki Long Term. Dude, it feels like a Friday, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was Friday this morning, you know that? I really did. I said, ooh. But no, it's not. Look, Congress capturing 50% of budget's a big mistake. All right, brethren. All right. It's an interesting mix of the momentum plays that are actually going. It's different than what we saw at, what was that, September, October? But yeah, that still has been the general theme. China gives most forceful signal since 2022 to slow yuan gains. The yuan is weakening. So it's them saying they want to intervene. But then it's a managed float, so you know, people haven't really gone too crazy. Oh no, it's strengthening. Oh, let me pull up the monthly. Yeah, I forgot they're in their deflation. But it still has weakened since then, but because 2022 it went through the weakening, but then they had the weird thing, kind of what we're going through now. I mean, again, you saw in the video moving up. That's odd. And CRM, because you're still going down, and then low ticker is picking up. Is that Bitcoin? Yeah. So the video is running and CRM, but you're still SPY's not really moving. Yeah, I haven't looked at the yuan in a while, but they went through in 2022. They went through something we kind of did. I mean, think about it. They have deflation now, but their currency weakened into it. So even though the currency was weakening, the prices were dropping. So now it's actually strengthening, but it's just getting to a level. They just, you know, the idea with China is that once they started getting it, the currency stopped being volatile, more stable. I mean, that's kind of what they want. But if it breaks, it's just like the dollar, if it snaps in either direction, it usually implies something. But the difference is China will usually control it a lot. I haven't looked at the black market rates. Carney does not plan to talk trade with Trump at FIFA. Oh. I mean, I think Apple and Microsoft are what's keeping you down, but I mean, Microsoft's still green. It could be Amazon too and Google. But I mean, you got Nvidia up, you have Meta up a decent amount. I'm surprised you're still getting a little pressure. NASDAQ just flipped red. Well, where's equal weight? The overnight funding rate, it was comparatively insignificant. Why did it have such a dramatic effect? Because it shouldn't have gone up. So, like it says in the video, like if you could get money for one day or short term, if you could get it a lot cheap. Oh, Hawaiian Electric. Hi. That's 1%. It's a liquid. I don't know if there's going to be news on there. They had some really cheap ones on there. But yeah, I don't know what that is. It just popped too. It's fucking a liquid though. That could go down in one candle. Be careful. But yeah, so it's just the idea that, like, you know, if you could borrow money cheap overnight, why would, like, and again, if you're going to do it in a large amount, why would you have to pay more? So it just means that liquidity was tightening, and then pair it up with the fact that, again, now it's just led to the Fed is actually injecting money, and it's the type of collateral. That's what I forgot to go over in the video. I talked about it with you guys live before, but
you have to think about it. If the Fed is the only one pretty much willing to accept shitty collateral, right? Imagine your old treasuries and all these treasuries that are underwater. Fed will take that as collateral and they'll value it at par. And then same thing goes for mortgages. Because mortgages are good if you have a house, but Wall Street, that's like kind of tier 3 because it's a liquid. It doesn't offer the same, if you wanted to sell it out, you'd have to sell it out at a discount. So it's just how it's all played out, and it's not anything big yet. That's why you should be aware of it, and we'll see if any liquidity gets better or worse. But it does indicate some tightening of stress and liquidity, just in general. And it's the first time it's kind of popped off like that in a while. But yeah, it's not at the day. It wasn't flashing a red light, but mix it in with dollar moves, dollar rocketing, and other stuff. It's just kind of highlighting that there was a little pocket of tight liquidity, or somebody needed money and they were willing to pay a decent amount for it, which valid question should be why. All right, well, that triggered 3%. Yeah, Eco Weight dropped on that too. I don't know what HE is. It probably has a headline on using first-time home buying programs. You're 24 with student loans. I would get it. I mean, whatever program you qualify for, even look into the grants. I don't know. I don't know if they still offer it. If like I know in California, they still have that one program if you're children of immigrants or like first-generation home buyer. But usually the best loan, like the most accessible, is FHA. Only downside with FHA is that you're not going to be able to buy any house you want. There's a limit. It has to qualify. But now's a perfect time because, like, when everybody was going crazy in bidding wars, FHA sucked because, like, you would get outbid and people, there's so much demand. But now, with these houses that are sitting there, if it qualifies for FHA and you're a serious buyer, these guys will entertain you. And that's very good. But FHA is the best, probably 3% down and call it a day. 3.5. Oracle, again, the video is already leading the way here. So look at the high ticker starting to pick back up again. PMI for the life of the loan. You could refi. I mean, you could refi out of it, or I'm pretty sure you could remove it, unless I think Biden took it away, but I think Trump got it back. I don't know. You'd have to follow up with that. But I'm not, like I'm saying, I'm not worried about the PMI, especially when we're talking about the path to owning a home. Because I don't remember, I had to deal with it. I had a Chad say it, and it's with the 50-year mortgage. So, I think some people have had their mind polluted, or maybe you guys have been so blessed. And I'm not saying that about you, but it's just like we're talking $2,000 a year, maybe at max. And then the difference is not owning a home or renting for the rest of your life. I don't even think it's a valid concern. Same thing, that's why even with the 50-year, I don't think you're going to keep a 50-year. You could refi out of even a FHA. And it's just like, we're really talking qualification, getting the crib, getting it in a way where, a FHA loan, for those of you that qualify, anybody with a damn $20,000 long-term or less, I've seen people buy a home on FHA for $100 out of pocket. The best ones I've seen have been like $7,000 to $9,000. So, we are talking about, you will pay an extra insurance fee on the mortgage. It goes to nothing, and it's usually like $200 a month, which is $2,400 a year. But then we're talking about, you get a home, you get low money down, and it's just a completely different path of where you'll be living and being an owner. And we're talking, again, $2,000 a year. I think you could work it in, and as long as you're not overpaying for a home. But in a lot of instances, I think that's negligible.
Yeah, well, look, start getting go talk to a lender right now, and go see what you would need for FHA, and then they'll tell you more about how your student loans and everything else plays into it. NVIDIA, CoreWeave, all right, they're all going, all of them except Intel. New construction. I answered that for you the other day, brother. What, would you turn it off? How do I know you're not going to turn it off again? But yeah, I answered that the other day. I mean, if you're going to live in the new construction, it's fine. But like the deals of like buying a new build for less and like making a flip off of it, those are over. So they're incentivizing it for a reason. Like I think it was the first time new build homes sold less, and then the prices went down more than a existing. First time in like 5 years. They'll let you take out a loan of the mortgage on FHA and put down nothing if you have 700 plus. Really? Oh yeah. I need to refresh my FHA game. Right there, it's 3.5%. No matter what, you got 600 plus credit. Yeah. Just got offered that went conventional. Yeah, I mean, dude, if you qualify for it, I mean, I've seen Wells Fargo offer a 3.5 conventional. I've seen them do that, or 5%. So that's what I say. I like low money down. I mean, again, you are gonna pay more. You'll have a PMI and stuff like that, but PMI if it's a government loan. But yeah, it's not, depending on your plan and your money discipline and all that, I don't think it's a bad idea, especially when, again, it just all depends on the alternative. If you're telling me that's the only way to get into a home, or that is what's unlocked the door from not qualifying to qualifying, and then whatever you have available, then yeah, man, I think that's a no-brainer. Took you less time than Josh getting to a Battlefield 6. I know, even Tim did it. You know that? Tim lagged on it for a little, and then then Tim was like, I could get how much? So yeah, you guys would be surprised. But then again, if you're like worried, student loans, anything like that, go talk to a lender. Go see what's up and see what you need from it. $2.1 property tax? That's high. I don't know. Do they still do Melrose on the new builds? I think they might. So that's another thing. I don't know. That was back in the day too, but yeah, that's why I don't like Texas as much. Because like Texas, you could get cheap homes, but then the fucking property tax isn't unreal. So like if you are gonna hold a mortgage with or without a PMI, that Texas property tax will fuck you. Difficult to get qualified for bankruptcy. It is, but the one was the bankruptcy. That's why I tell you guys to try to avoid it. I know there was a wave where people were like promoting the BKs, but it goes away after 7 years. So once it gets discharged, it's actually as easy as ever to get qualified. But otherwise, you could go non-QM, or it's going to go higher down. So if you have a bankruptcy, you could still get a loan. You're just not going to get one of these. You're not going to get one of these like low down payment loans. Oh, USGS released the incorrect alert for 5.9 earthquake. What? I'm confused. Did it not happen, or are they hiding it? So you remember that I told you that fucking, what was it, Daytona or Dayton, Nevada? I don't even know if that was a real place. But yeah, they're saying that was an incorrect alert. Teledoc on the high. HE, whatever, dude, I don't know what that was. There has to be a headline. 3% is a trigger. Very low. Lulu, do you love me? Well, everything's still slowed down a lot right now. It might even be better. Like, what's his name? The Redfin guy was saying it yesterday. Like, you know, beginning of the year was a little hotter. Now it's like slowed down. So, yeah, it's I think we'll see. I think beginning of next year we'll get active again. So if you really wanted to shop and buy, now would be the time, because then that's back in 2019, 2018. I did a lot of deals during the winter because that's where people want to just sell the home. It sits there. You're getting way less traffic, and yeah, people would be down. San Bernardino County at 2% tax? What the fuck? That has to be the Melrose or something then. That's wild, man. Because Cali's usually like 1%, like 1.2. Texas is like 2%. Jersey has high taxes too. Adjusted quake numbers for inflation. Well, not bad, guys. 9 o'clock. 30 minutes post Euro. You did bounce. Oil's at the high. Bitcoin is coming down. Silver and gold stabilized. Gold actually went green again. Oh, shit. And then MP and uranium again. Actually, MP taking a couple of sticks. What's worse to have, bankruptcy or bad credit? I don't know, but don't you, bro, don't get a bankruptcy. I don't know if you've gotten it yet, but it sounds like you're debating it. Am I correct? I hope not. If it already happened, we can't change the past. But yeah, I don't know who needs to hear this. Do not file for bankruptcy if it is avoidable. Okay? Especially with a lot of the other stuff going on right now. Sydney Sweeney partnering with Gap? Where's that coming from? Let's see. It does. It goes away after 7 years, but that's like I'm saying. You know, you can hustle and you could get better opportunities. Like, again, access to credit, a long term. These types of things can go a long way. You don't want the last, you know, again, imagine growing a small account long term. We could get the fucking down payment, but you don't want the thing to stop you be what's it called? You don't want it to be a bankruptcy or something that's going to now require you to have a lot more. I don't see the Sydney Sweeney thing. But a bunch of people are trying to pump it. My pump indicator, like social pump. So yeah, be careful. I think people just load it up and they're trying to get you to bite. So proceed at your own risk. Yeah, bro, where did you get that from? I think you're the pumper, Habibi. Why would you do that to the chats? Come on, dog. That is your bad. Yeah, that's not... Take a lap, brother. Take a lap. If I didn't like your name so much, you'd be gone forever. Okay, you've been good to the community. But that's... Literally, all that showed up is a bunch of people buying dailies. So, I don't know if you fell for it, but trying to get the other people to do it is whack. APP again, and CoreWeave and SPY, and the bonds this time. So see if those actually hold up. I think I kept telling you it's a little fragmented, but the small cap momentum, growth that's there. It's not like big cap. It's all these small cap Russell ones. Again, we noticed it from the morning. Even that's just how this week played out. There was jack shit this week. It was slow, boring, but those are the ones getting the moving. Path. So yeah, that's part of it. But Path had earnings. Bop, bop, bop. I'm in a go. What's the best move if expenses can't be met monthly, even with second job and other sources of income? It depends what kind of debt it is, where it came from. I mean, email me the full situation. I'll take a look. But I mean, try to find an increase in income. That's usually the route. But I'm telling you, like, you could even try to negotiate settlements with the debt, or you could try to keep rolling it over with no interest. That's usually try to stay above water. But I'm telling you, like, bankruptcy, you probably have a lot of debt and one of these motherfuckers hit you up. I'm telling you, even in the bankruptcy shit, those lawyers are scammers. It's a scam. It's like it usually will end up paying just as much in the lawyer fee, and it's not. And it would be the same process where you can ruin your credit to get the same outcome without filing bankruptcy, essentially. So like you go and say you stop paying for 3 months, and then you ask to negotiate and do all that. I don't know if you're aware of this part. That's one of the routes, and none of this is a recommendation. Like I'm telling you. Ideally, or again, you deleverage and save money in the sense of find ways to pay things down, roll over the debt before taking any of these extreme measures. And then essentially you ruin the credit to get them to negotiate, and then you settle at pennies on the dollar. But then it doesn't hit your credit the same way as a bankruptcy would. A bankruptcy is going to leave a scar. You know, you hit your credit, missed payments, that's not good, but it's not as bad as a bankruptcy. So I would try to avoid the BK, and especially if somebody is in your ear telling you to get a bankruptcy, there is a financial motivation for that. Bankruptcies pay out they pay out. It's a commission. I'm telling, that's usually a lawyer who goes through it, and they do what I just told you. They take the most aggressive rate to get these, either charge it off, and sometimes too, even in bankruptcy, you're gonna still walk away with like a payment plan sometimes, and then you're gonna start paying off the lawyer too. So I would avoid it, especially if you're younger. I mean, and if you're older, like above 50, 40 even, then I think you could do a lot different stuff. But even for the young guys, it's gonna hit your record in a much more damaging way. Yeah, ideally, have you already done the balance transfers? That's how you buy yourself 2 years. I'm sure even nowadays, again, people want your money right now. So you could find a place that will offer you like a 2-month or a 2-year, 18 months, no interest. And that'll buy you time of holding the debt while you figure this out. Again, I mean, the hood bankruptcy, you sell the PlayStation, that's what I mean, delever, and go through and sell things so that you could pay it down while there's nothing else there, while not charging interest, and then try to find a way to increase. Or again, like the gig economy. I know it's maybe looked down upon by some, but I mean, I know it all depends on if you have access to transport, and that won't cost you in repairs, but I've seen people do very well on that. But all of it's going to boil down to staying alive increasing income, lowering the expenses, but then I'm thinking about the future, and I think you should too. This isn't the end of the road. Usually these are the moments that, I mean, again, it might wake it up. It might bring something out of you. But you want to clear the path. You don't want to put a 7-year block. And like I'm telling you, I don't know if anybody has gone through the bankruptcy, go read about it. You could go type this in. I'm sure you'll hear some Reddits. But people still wind up paying money after bankruptcy. Like, it's not what it seems to be. It's not, like I'm saying, you could wind up with a big lawyer fee, and then your credit's fucked up. Then it's going to stay there for guaranteed 7 years. It's going to make, again, that's the question they ask. They don't ask you, they ask if you're a felon or if you filed bankruptcy. They don't ask you if you have bad credit all the time. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to put yourself in that category if you don't have to. And then, like I'm telling you, if the result is going to be still paying money, still being in a negative situation, it's pointless. So avoid it. Avoid it. Right now, you kick and stay above water until you get your exit. Amazon Flex, is that where you just deliver the packages? It's hard work. But or any other, there is some, like right now, like, dog, I don't know. It's dangerous. But right now, if you're in Cali, or go to the rich neighborhood and start fucking putting up Christmas lights, they'll pay you fucking $700 a house. You know that? It's actually insane. Your friend has a broken ankle and is doing it in Iowa? No way. How much does it pay him? Idea is just, the idea is get as much money as possible now to pay down the debt so that the interest does not balloon. That's the idea. $150 for 4 hours. She gets off in 2 to so 4 hours of work, but if you complete it faster. So I've seen these a lot lately, not with diesel, but I've seen it with a lot of industries where people are either willing to give credit or a license with a bank guarantee. Have you ever dealt with a shipment of this shit or no? Because if you've never done it, that's the only downside. Or not the only one, but that's a major one. Because there might be a lot of unforeseen stuff that you may not know about. But I don't do these types of deals unless the person, you pretty much need an advisor, or you need somebody like a key leader in the industry who actually knows the pitfalls of it. So I've never exported diesel in my life. But I've done the deals where you offer financing or you offer the slip so that they would get it. But then if it's all for just a line of credit, though, this just seemed it could be an elaborate scam where you could get left on the hook. But that's what I'm saying. If you trust the backing of it, that's the best part about it, and that'll open up that door. But you still have to go through all of the steps. So email more details, and I could give you some other ones. But yeah, it's kind of, if you've never done it, you have to. How did you stumble upon this? And why are they offering it to you? And then if they need like $5 million guarantee, $10 million credit line, why? You have to ask why. And then because if you're telling me all you have to do is put up 5 million to get 20 million, it's easy. Nobody would, you see what I'm saying? This deal wouldn't be circulating, more or less. I mean, so there's something there pitfall wise that you got to think about. Fell through. So yeah, why did it fall through? If they have a history of doing the deal, and like you have, again, usually like kind of, you know, think about what I say even with like crypto shit, is there at least like 5 years of history, or how new is this? Because if it's new, you need financing, because again, most anything in the money world, especially big money, they'll do it. If it has a history, right? You got to think credit. That's what credit is. Credit history, right? If you have a history of, I make fucking $10 million a year, boom, 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 and I need 5 million put up, somebody will do it if you have the history of it. So, yeah, I'm not interested in this deal. If you're asking me to invest, I'm not. I'm just saying, if you're going to end up doing it, I would ask these questions, and I would just ask why, or why are you the one getting the opportunity in that case? But if all it needs is a proof of funds, I mean, I'm sure you could get somebody to do there. But if it's like proof of funds where you have to lock up the funds, put it into another account, that's going to start to transfer the risk to whoever's putting up the money. And that's where it starts to change. But if there's a history of exports, completion, and a whole backing of this operation, that will raise the probability. Right, you could show me 2, 5, 10 years of selling, you know, import, export with boom, it's done, then that becomes a lot different. But then the real question is, why has nobody taken this then? How much do you put up? What is the potential return? If it's as guaranteed as just securing the back end of financing, or not even needing to pull on the funds, but just secure it, why has nobody taken this? Again, especially considering if there's a history of it. Trump to talk trade with Mexico and Canada. Canada said, we're not going to talk to them. Oh, that's Scott Bessent. And they do. We're just at VWAP. 2 times you went above it. 2 times you came back down to it. And it's 9 o'clock. Yeah, Intel. Come on, how you gonna go 9 and then give up 5? Is that more? Guess we'll never know. All right, brethren. I'm gonna go pee. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. We added to the long term. If you didn't see the video, all your details are there. Burb. Middle period, but things are tightening. Even Bitcoin's dropping. That's kind of one reason that I think is happening. The average Bitcoin price now, the holders, because of all the ETF volume, is at 90,000. This could be the reason. Maybe somebody blew up, but the point is, your cash is important. So I brought this up a couple of weeks ago when we saw the lending rates, and this is where I got the idea to remind some of you that your brokerages need your money. And I was specifically talking about Robinhood because they keep going around AI, gambling markets. They're offering all these things. And I was like, why don't they offer look back options? And most people don't know what that is. So I'll explain it to you here, but here's the reasoning why I said it at the time. Because I was saying, dude, your brokerage needs your money. If overnight lending rates are going up, reverse repos, and people need cash, all of your money in your brokerage is worth a lot more to the institutions. You got a little bit more leverage there as a consumer.
And what I was telling y'all was that, hey, you might want to ask for some things or make sure your money is in the right place. Because if there is any sort of issue with liquidity, these guys are going to try to do whatever it takes to keep your money. And that's why I started asking people. I was like, how many of you guys have money in Robinhood? Send me your accounts. I was like, if you have money elsewhere and willing to move, we could even incentivize Robinhood and take a look at it. And dog, I was blown away. Just off of like a day or two, we found out we had $200 million in assets, chat assets collectively. I don't own it all. It's between all of us. And that's what I thought was cool, man. And it leads to another point, man. All this long-term, everything we're doing, everything we've been doing for the last like half a decade, man, it's awesome. And to watch a bunch of everyday Americans, both from all walks of life, ethnicity, religions, you name it, to see everybody grow these accounts, and some people started out with such a small amount and grew it. I love it, bro, and it's a good thing, and that's why I want to keep making sure. And I hope this year, man, I really hope it provided, and I hope you were wise, and I hope the right, true information at the right time. You know, if you guys didn't know, it's been 12 months, no inflation, none of that tariff stuff, and it's kind of crazy because even with all this repo stuff, dude, you would think that something would have happened by now, or maybe we might see it, but it's kind of nuts that you haven't seen anything go nuts, and that's why I'm like, dude, it's a blessing, bro. And I know, like, you know, I don't know, I have people, they've told me before that I'm this, I'm that, I'm an elite, and all this crap, dude. But like, man, my parents are immigrants. They came here from Egypt,
I didn't
bro.
tell y'all the prelude.
You know, we
story.
got some cool things, and I still think it's all a blessing. Even those of you who are like really in this and have done something with your life, it's awesome, bro. And that's why I want you to be the most empowered consumer. I want you to be wise. I want you to protect your money. Don't give into these negative social trends. Don't give your money away, gambling, and really care about your future. And again, own a home. I want that for all of you,
Tell
man,
him,
because
Josh. Tell him.
I climbed from the bottom and I threw the ladder down. And that's why I'm like, you know, I don't know what's more relatable to this, because in a weird way, I did find out this year, you know, when we do good, I get more unsubscribers. We had one of the best years trading, one of the best years in the long term. And yeah, it just did not. Yeah, people didn't. You guys liked it when I lost. So I don't think that's for everybody. I just think it's something going on right now.
SMX.
So we got to get back to the
Whatever
days
this
of
is.
YouTube.
25?
Yeah, I remember, man. Everybody wanted to learn and grow dividends and all that. And
Yeah, bro. And then I don't know, bro. Like, because even then, some of y'all were like, you lost subscribers because of paywall. No, brother. Like, so all of that I showed, man. Remember, the locked in has only been on for like 2 months. You know that, right? And that video, even yesterday, bro, everybody got it all at the same time. Bro, I got more unsubscribers still to this day off of Trump coin and then going all in on Intel. That was all before. And then all of the little fucking hype plays, bro, those were all before the locked in. So I still love y'all, but I don't even think it's been 2 full months of locked in. Yeah. That's so, dude, it's, don't worry. We're getting there, man. We're getting there. I like it. And that's why too, though, I don't know. I do think it's a lot cleaner. So that's why you guys got real questions now. Y'all really want to learn. I mean, the floor is yours. But yeah, you ain't playing with me, dog. So, but yeah, that's why I'm like, dude, the reality of it, it's, man, don't fall for the bait, all around. There's so much out there and all the social stuff, and focus on your future, and don't play this slippery slope of gambling, especially if you need it, and avoid these bad scenarios so that you could do good, bro. Because I'm telling you, it's a trap. It's a trap. And that's why I'm like, bro, we were hitting plays. I was giving them out to everybody, and people were getting mad. And then if you were missing them, why? I wanted you to really get it. Like, actually. But it was not. That's why we did that, man. So, unfortunately, a lot of the gains were before the locked-in. We did good in the locked-in, too, but no, you had that opportunity equally. And that's why I'm like, come on, dude. It's not, it's just the gamblers. You guys haven't noticed? It's an epidemic. They've rebranded gambling to even prediction markets. Another topic. But like, you haven't noticed gamblers are not fun to be around? I guess maybe I'm not fun to be around for some of y'all. I don't think I'm full-blown gambling, living my life in the spiral. You know, it's my 10% of my 10%. Call it a day. But like, you haven't noticed? We've had this talk before. I think last year. But you don't know? Like, gamblers, like, they're angry. They get mad at you. They go through emotional swings. Literally, I could give you 9 plays. You fuck up on the 10th one. I hate it. Literally, all the plays could be in front of you for free. Full access. You go dark for 2 months. They say, you got me nothing. I can't believe it. Then they'll even bring Jesus into it. I love it. You haven't noticed, bro? Oh, man. And yeah, you were confused. You got the same. I mean, again, I don't like keeping people out, bro. If you're listening, I am dropping you dimes. That's it. And all the videos to learn the strategy are still there. But that's what I'm saying. If you're in a gambling mindset and you've been really like, this world is fucking racking your brain and they're tricking you into gamble, you're behind and you're falling for that culture, you think I'm fucking, you're not even comprehending any of this. And then you're thinking oh my God, it's emotional swings, dog. You don't see it? Y'all really don't see it? That's why I don't like any gamblers, bro. That's why I'm glad. That's why I don't care if I eliminate 90% of the chat if it's all gamblers. You know why? Because all of the gamblers, those are not good friendships. That's not a good environment. And I've known gamblers my whole life. So I think I was more angry when I was a real gambler. Like I said, I'm using my 10% of my 10%. I'm grateful it worked. If it didn't, it wouldn't have an effect. I hope it does the same for you. So yeah, that's what YouTube does. It does kick you guys out. I know people have done some comparisons. YouTube still will lag our stream, but hey, God is good, man. The long term is still there, bro. So I don't know, bro. Just stop. I'm telling you, you'll find a way to implement your short-term trading. You'll find a way to implement the options, but if you a gambler, you're going to get mad. You're going to get angry. You're going to swing emotionally. You're going to get drawn to bad environments and you won't even know it. That's the scary part. So just be wise out there. But I do think we are going through the gambling epidemic. That's all I'm saying. I think it's permeated into the culture and it started, and people are really promoting this. It's out of reach. It's out of reach, like we talked about yesterday. No, their moods don't depend on the market. The market only went up. That's the crazy part. It could be very dependent on a lot of other stuff. I mean, again, you tell me, do you have any gambling friends that are chill to be around constantly? Oh, man. It's a savage lifestyle, dude. And I don't think people realized how it's really been adopted. Never happened before. They want you, bro. YouTube says it's too much, man. Get them out of here. So yeah, though, that's why. The data, man. It wasn't, the unsubscribers did not come after the locked in brothers. I hate to break it to you. It came on the good days. Again, that day that I even turned it off. I was mad after seeing some of the fakers. I hit like 2,000-3,000 percenters telling y'all spy puts on interpreting the headlines for you perfectly. And then they got mad I was very disappointed. And some were the people, Josh, you made me this. Josh, Jesus. Josh, you my brother in Christ. You don't got to bring God into this. Because again, all the long term, even then, I've seen on that video there, people wanted to tell me about it, but the thing that is done, again, at minimum 30 to 47% for some people, 99 if you've had it for 24 months, that's all been there, man, right in front of you. And I want you to have that. That's what people need. But it's a shame. But don't worry. I believe in the future. I still believe in y'all. If you still hear me, you know that, y'all, but just, I'm telling you, it's not, I don't know. Have y'all ever been addicted to drugs? Have y'all ever been an alcoholic? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you won't realize the habit you have built until you want to realize it, or until it gets really bad. Because like I'm telling you, it's gambling, man. I know but the watch list isn't gonna give you the long term. Do you see what I'm saying? I have cut this borderline. I just didn't want to. I really want to just cut out all the options completely. I just don't think it'd be honest. Why? Because you hear me fucking trading an option. I'm not trying to hide that from you. Again, I do hold a budget. I hold something very specific. But it's just like, and I know some of you are at the stages, because guess what? People have given me 5 years of their life, and they followed. They did it, and I wouldn't even call it followed. They just carved their own path. And now I think they're ready for it. I think they could handle it. But then again, the moment you break from the rules, the law is going to break you. But the watch list, the news in the morning, that's not going to get you a long term. You understand? Like, you guys realize, like, you don't realize it. I've cut out anything that's going to contribute to the gambling. What are we saying? So that's why I'm like, your long term, and that has been golden. It's been easy. It's been right in front. You are not missing out anything for the long term, let alone any macro trend I have shown to you well in advance, and I've still dropped a little breadcrumbs for you. But do you get what I'm saying? I think people are addicted, dude. And that's why maybe I'm addicted too. But then again, I think it'd be addicted if I was drinking the whole bottle. I'm not getting drunk off of it. And that's where I think we need to have a real intervention, bro. And I think some people have gotten drunk off of it, especially if you need the money. And people are like, I need it. The money don't mean nothing to you, Josh. I need it. Bro, you need the long term. That's really what it is. The watch list ain't gonna help you with the long term. The options aren't gonna help you in the long term. The short term ain't gonna help you in the long term. You guys get that, right? So I hope you get it, because that's why I believe in the long term. I believe some of you will come to see this, and you will find out that you may not like it now, and we'll deal with the kicking and screaming, but you got it. It's about the future. It is about the dying breed of the long term. It is about making sure your future is secure. And it's not going to happen with the short-term bullshit. That's going to let that add to your life when it's the right time. But we've played a dangerous game as a culture, and you've seen what's proliferated. It's everywhere. So, I don't know, man. But like, you guys realize that's all it is, though, right? Like, it's not anything that's not going to contribute to the long term is cut. And that's why, like, I think the reality, if you're worried about, like, I don't think you should be buying anything for gambling. Unless you're at a level in life where it's nothing to you. It should be if everything's producing for you. And if it's not producing and things feel overbearing by X amount of dollars, you need to put the money to the long term. And you will have all of that free and provided at top tier. Again, I front ran the damn value rotation on. You guys all got the front run Wall Street this year on every solid long-term idea. That's amazing. That's free 99, baby. It did way better than I thought. Like I'm saying, I didn't think people would have 99% in 2 years. 40%. You did it extremely well. You did amazing. bare minimum you did 30, 37, and that's a decent amount of money. It didn't matter. Again, a lot of 2K to 8K accounts, 8K to 17, 8K to 20, and that's getting you in the game. And that's now it's going to open up doors. And now that experience, you're going to understand the options better. You're going to understand the news better. You're going to understand the emotions better. But yeah, I think we've done more harm than help. And that's why I'm grateful for those who actually did get the long term, bro, and really understood. And some of you have stayed away from that shit from day one, and it shows, and it helped. But yeah, man, that's all it is. No one's trying to hurt you. No one's trying to. I paywalled the shit that's gambling, dude. That's it. You want to gamble, you can pay for it. I don't think you should. I think you should get a long term. And if you followed that, it still gave you a abnormally good result. And not only that, it helped make you feel really in position, and I don't even think feeling, I think objectively in position and ready to go for the next few years with some solid pickups. And that's what we need. So I'll forgive you if you forgive me, but I'm doing this for a reason that I believe is correct. And I think it's objectively a good thing, because that, again, it's done so much good for people. And I've only seen gambling destroy people. And you act like I'm going against. I could go with that trend and go get millions of dollars. You understand? You want to do gambling, you want plays, you want free. You think the locked in making money? Dog, I could run up Kalshi, all these motherfuckers right now. And we could go and, go do this with not a care in the world where people end up. But that's not the case. Because you know why? When I show those videos and when I see what people have created, I told you, we're taking this. Talk to me in 2030. I want you there. I want the long term. I don't want this little fucking shit, this small shit. I want real men and women built up, and y'all will have positions of power. You will have real power. Not this fucking fantasy up and down bullshit, not this gambling, I'm saying something you could stand on. I would rather limp on solid ground than run on thin ice, my brother. And I want the same for you that I'd want for me. So, woo! It was long term, right in front of him. Yeah, that's all it is, bro. Get a long term, man. I'm telling you, get the long term. If you could fight the biggest temptation when you need money, or if you're like, I don't have a lot, I feel like I'm behind. The temptation, the lie, come on, we all know this. The devil gonna show up as everything you want. It's gonna show up as the quick route. You know this. You know this. Everybody knows this. You see what I'm saying? The trap or the trick of it all is that if you just say no to it, and if you're like, okay, man, I'm gonna go do this in I'll take the slow route. Okay, $200 a month. Take the littlest amount you could find. I guarantee most people are trading with more. The same people that would get mad at me for it. You are trading way more money. I know you are. I've even seen it in sad situations, bro, where I'm like, that's your money. I saw somebody ask me for it, and I said, bro, I looked at the bank statements. I said, that's a down payment. Now, we're not talking $10 a month, $5, $20, $50. I'm talking, I've seen people put $20,000 into gambling, $40,000 into gambling, and ignore the long term. And then say that oh, I need this. It's like, no, man. It's the smallest amount. You have to fight the temptation, and it's going to seem slow. It's going to seem like it's doing nothing. You're going to watch everybody cheer and party on the other dog shit, right? You're going to see it all. That's part of the temptation. Oh, but in a year or two, you're going to see. And if you could get around that first barrier, don't fall for the easy bait, right? You always see the bait. You don't see the hook. You do that, bro, you're gonna realize, as of many others, again, that's why I'm like, someone's like, oh, there's only 1,000 people here. Dog, there's 1,000 on the other one. It's like, there's a lot of people who have done well.
And they keep doing well. Because once you get around this giant wall of this illusion in the desert, dog, you're going to find the path. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, nah, it's wicked. So avoid that easy trap of, okay, I'll get it now. Get it quick. No, this is the way. It'll get me there. Because sometimes they'll give it to you early and quick. But yeah, it won't work, man. So you got to do it. That's good. I know, man. You should do good. I don't know why people also, they forgot to mention we stopped taking stream alerts all year. I know no one's brought that up. They would like to bring it up, and they're like, well, you get stream alerts. You guys forgot. I did not know people this year on it. After I noticed it, and after I stream alerted it, went live, we had these crazy opportunities. I was like, why are they unsubscribing after nothing else? I go full trumpet. They didn't unsubscribe. We haven't had stream alerts all year. So, I don't know, man. I'm only trying to produce one thing, longevity. That's what I want. I gave people the benefit of the doubt, but I don't think it's your fault. I don't think it's all my fault. I do take my responsibility wherever I could. But I think it's the culture, dude. Just, you guys got to realize, like, do you not realize how right now we are the very quiet voice right now in the world? Do you not get it? Everywhere you look, gamble, prediction. You're behind. Do you see it? Or am I tripping? You could tell me if I'm tripping. I think it's magnified so much more now. Everywhere you look is a gamble. Yeah, and it's such a wicked I've never seen it like this. So it's like, bro, it's weird. That's why I'm like, it's really the culture of it all, bro. It's not. Damn, Intel. The algos got you. No, I mean, my sad reality was my data. I got to see Chad's. Like I'm saying, I've one by one. You remember? You guys should remember this. It was like last year, middle of last year, and I was like, dude. I said, why is there such a big gap? It was like one guy would be like, it's the worst thing in the world. The next would be like, it's the best. And then I noticed, bro, I would get prayer requests, and I would get people, and the sad part was when some people got everything they wanted. They were doing good financially. They bought the house, and they're like, I feel behind. The next guy would lose his job, lose everything, blow up his account. I feel behind. And I don't think you realize that it was statistically significant. I had enough sample size to analyze this data and come to a conclusion. And then you could factor in what we've seen on the internet. And then not to mention, remember, we have a real estate business. Nothing shows you real life finances like getting qualified. You know what I'm saying? And that was another piece of data where I said, whoa. Again, you got to see where people's money went and where it was going and what they were involved in or not. And then I've seen it just in the younger generation from the internet algo shit. But no, I used a lot of my own data. And that's why I said, okay, well, just like anybody, you should go over your data and you should go with what works. And you should go with, that's why I said I want to serve the people who have long-term. I want to serve the people who are going to make the long-term and grow it. And I want to make sure the people who already did it do not go backwards. Because that was something I've seen.
You know that? That was the other part of the coin, where I said don't let success become a problem, because people, some of you have shared this today. How many of you did extremely well in the beginning on the long term and not gambling? And then I don't know how it's 1 step, 2 step, 100 steps later, you somehow you weaseled your way into the gambling and then lost it all. That happened a lot. So, yeah, man. It's kind of crazy. The meek shall inherit. No, I mean, even then, bro, I'm even telling y'all, this is data. Yeah, I don't know, not personal success, not good heart and capital. Like, it's kind of like the S&P. Are you guys not hearing? I encountered millions of people, at least 30,000 people a day, still to this day. You guys know that, right? 30,000 unique people every day. On the big days, 60,000 people. Fed days, 100,000 people. That's on one platform. Let alone the emails, let alone everything else. And then over years, and I've kept all the data. And then I use technology to track it even better. Do you not hear what I'm saying? That's why I'm telling you, I know the answer. The answer is the long term. The biggest success is in the long term. The biggest failure is in gambling. It's really that simple. It's not insane. It's not religious. It's not moral. It's none of these things. It's just simple. It's simple as that. It didn't matter what you believed. If you gambled, you got fucked. Depending on how much you gave into it, right? If you went long term, didn't matter your religion. Didn't matter if you were a sick fuck or if you were holier than thou. It worked. That's what I'm trying to say. One worked, one didn't. Right? That's all it is. We could boil thousands, millions of points of data, boil down to that. So we got here from my job is to not serve you dog shit. My job is to give it to you. I want a meal that I'm going to eat. And that's what I'm doing. So I don't know, man. I encourage you to understand this at face value, because that's really all it is. It's and you noticed an uptick in the gambling activity. It didn't matter what was going on, and that's where I'm saying. And then you've noticed the downtick. People get the long terms. You get the bursts at the all-time highs, right? You get the people who want to get in, like we've talked about. But yeah, man, it's the world is going in a very interesting direction. But like I'm saying, it doesn't matter your background. Nobody's gonna care where you end up. You guys know that, right? Jim Rome will tell you, it's on you. It's gonna be on you where you end up. So play with the gambling, play with the gambling. You go and play with the long term, play with the long term. But you are going to shit what you eat. You are the one who is going to live in the house that you build. So that's all it is, man. You went back, now you're going forward. That's fine. I'm telling you. The hard part is you have to get around that first wall. I'm telling you, it was the first wall is the temptation. It's the speed. It's all of these things. That's why I told you, man. You guys know it. A lot of people will do it. You can evade the consequence for a long time, but then one of these days, if it hits, you're gonna understand. And that's why I would play it as if it's inevitable. That's why, as long as you keep you've got a balanced discipline. Even when that day comes, you're going to be fine. You primarily focus on what is going to grow and help you. So you're going to love this industry. You're going to love this game. But these rules didn't come from nowhere. PHMC. Or PHM. Oh, Pulte. Why would they tag Pulte Homes in it? I think they're probing Bill Pulte. Legal? You should know it sounds legal. Probe. I think only aliens made that sound weird. Well, I didn't mean to give you a philo, but shit. So you know what I could end this with? My brothers in Christ, get some value. You still have an opportunity. Oh man. And then get ready too, man. It might not be as exciting as you think. All we need is a slow burning flame. That's it. You don't need a blaze. And then you'll get disappointed. That's it. You just got a slow burning blaze, my brother. That's all you gotta do. I encourage you to take it at face value, man. That's the thing I've noticed lately. Some of y'all think there's like an underlying meaning than what I'm telling you directly. It started with the S&P thing, where I was like, S&P 500. And they're like, okay, non-S&P. No, what are you saying? So I'm telling you, bro, I know you might think there's another reason, but nah. I'm telling you exactly what it is. I'm being so blunt. It's amazing sometimes. But that's gonna be this is your journey. You guys got to get around the wall yourself. You know, clarity. That's literally clarity. That's the scary part. Is that how so many things have turned. You can even the clear again. Light will be dark. Dark will be light. It's a trippy concept. Beyond that, that's why I like the Bible. Probing more incidents involving Waymo improperly passing stop school buses. Bro, did you see the one where there was like a standoff and the cops were like all pointing their guns and this guy got out of the car and then there's a Waymo with passengers and then the Waymo just drives right by it literally drives right through the standoff. I thought that was like scary and funny at the same time. I'm telling you though, the Waymo was awesome. But the Waymo was like, that thing was, it's kind of a crazy concept. Like bro, I had a beer. Somebody left a beer in my Waymo and it smelled like throw up. Did I tell you about the creepy Uber? Remember I told you the creepy Uber? And he was like trying to talk to me about like swingers and shit. But then did I tell you about how he told me about the Waymo? He called it the Waymo High Club. Did I tell you that part?
and he was explaining the Waymo High Club. If you don't know what that means, then God bless you. Yeah, I said, it's disgusting. And I'm like, but dog, there's cameras in it too. He said, nah, people do it. So yeah, it's kind of like Waymo plus plus. It's kind of nuts to think about, because it's like, it really it's just so like, it's unregulated. We still don't know yet, but then it's so awesome. I can't wait, bro. Have you heard of the Waymo Hotel? Oh, you want to hear this one? The Waymo Hotel. Are you ready for this? So you can go, and there's like, I think it's in NorCal, and you could like pretty much go from like the coast, and there's like a 2-hour drive that you could drive on the Waymo. And if you take it round trip, go 2 hours down the coast, 2 hours up the coast, it'll take you like 5 to 6 hours. So people are saying, instead of buying like a hotel or a motel, you could just get a nice drive along the beach for like $50 or like $70. And then you sleep in the Waymo while it drives you. So then instead of buying a hotel or a motel, you now are in a Waymo hotel. Ta-da! So yeah, a lot of ingenious ideas with the self-driving cars. Too much trust in a robot, right? 5 hours. I've done it for 15 minutes. It works though, bro. I'm not. That's the fucking. Oh, that blew my mind, dude. AGI. That got me thinking. Because it fucking drives like a human, dude. Like dumb shit and all. They just smell bad, dude. That's what I'm telling you. The Waymos, after enough time, enough use, it's stinky. That's the thing I think people have missed. Stinky mo. Dude, all these energy names are still bad. Intel's still dying. Tapperoonie. So I did drop the dividend amount. Even better now. We want to sleep and wake up in Vegas. Yeah, they have planes for that, but it's only an hour. But that'd be crazy if you could take a Waymo from Cali to Vegas. That would be annoying though. You know why? Because anybody who ever wants to drive to Vegas, you're gonna be stuck on that fucking 10. You know, the 2-lane highway. You're gonna just be stuck behind miles of Waymos. You know that? It'll be terrible, actually. I think that would destroy the whole trip to Vegas. No, it depends. I had one Waymo that was kind of expensive, but the first, I don't know if it was the promo, but the first couple rides were dirt cheap. Then they activate the slots in the Waymo once you're in Nevada. Oh, man. Gamble on the iPad. Would you like to listen to music? Would you like to play video poker? Soon they'll be self-sanitizing, I hope. Yeah, we were just talking about the standoff one. Honda, Suzuki, India made SUVs to lift Japan auto imports to record high. The Honest Company, I saw that one. Do you guys still, do you drink the juice boxes? I told you, my nieces and nephews would drink them. I haven't seen one in a minute, though. I think they're getting older. Warby CEO making comments. Weren't they supposed to be there the other day? I think you got one more conference. Warby. A fast train. I don't think we're ever going to get Cali trains that are good. I mean, you could take the train from like LA to San Diego and it's cheap, but it's like the drop-off points, you still are gonna drive a fucking hour in traffic. Yeah, I had Google up. It didn't move on the Waymo stuff. That's why we're talking about Waymo. Here, now I need to show you guys the video. Ready? Look at this.
Look at Waymo. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Stop. Bro,
What
right
the
in the
fuck
middle.
is that Waymo doing?
You think these guys like, what? He's like, someone came to save me?
Fucking Waymo. Oh my god.
On a red light?
Oh my god.
So I'm saying,
What
bro,
the
just
fuck
drive.
is that Waymo doing?
I'm telling you, this little demon car. No, it doesn't listen to voice instructions. I don't think so. Just good time, bro. Good time. All right, Chad. Game time. Let's go to Fila. I got a good one. I got a good one. Oh man, bro, I'm sore. Bro, I don't know, man. I might need to stop playing basketball. I'm gonna play today, but like, dog, I'm getting old, dude. I'm getting old. These basketball, I be playing too much though. That's what happened. My cardio is up now, so I could play like 4 or 5 games like normally now without dying. I was fucked up, dude, prior. But now, bro, like I'm turning into LeBron. I gotta take like ice baths and shit. Cause I'm like, oh, it don't hurt till the next day. Even then if I fucking like work out and I'm lifting and playing ball still. Oh my goodness. I don't know how LeBron does it. You know that? Maybe I give him more credit. Maybe I do need to start. Is this why people golf? I might need a golf, to be honest. Because holy shit. But I love basketball, dude. It's so fun.
Should I just start taking steroids? Faster recovery? What? All right, Roid Rage. Well, Chatadonia, we're pinned. Maybe Philo could change that. I guess we'll never know. It's the #1 champion now. Yeah, the long time it doesn't go down. We're the highest in the world right now. Just touchdown in CPI town. Yeah, and they gave you a cut. Okay, I'm gonna go. I love you. God bless America, baby. God bless America. So I'll see you in a little bit. Thank you for being here. Please go ahead to Philo, Philosophize. If you want to listen, you listen. Again, I don't know what to tell you. I think we had a little Philo earlier. I think the sad reality is that the people who would have benefited the most from the conversation probably turned it off. I think the same goes for Philo. But it's up to you. It's like I said, man, it's your life. I really believe in finding truth on your own. Because once you get around that wall on your own, bro, oh, it's beautiful. That's how the Lord intended. You know that? So you and the Lord, you figure it out, brother. So I hope you see it. I hope you go if you want. It's free. It's free 99. You can argue everything's still free 99, depending on how you gamble or lack thereof. So I'll see you there, and God bless you. And thank you.